Finally, can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me? I couldn't get it off private. I don't know how it got on private. I haven't even been on. That is so weird. Well, we got it now. Welcome back. It feels good to sit in this seat again. I was so sick. Sorry, sir. Guys. Wow. I'm trying to get this going right now. I'm watching The Spy. See, right now, right this second, it's not doing anything. I had a basic crazy morning. I was watching Tesla, and wow, Tesla really took off this morning. I think it went up about $3, something like that. 64, yeah, about $4. So, how's everybody doing? Can you all hear me loud and clear? I guess I gotta write it in because nobody wants to let me know what's going on. Come on, folks. Let me let them know that I'm live. Anybody do any trades this morning? Thank you, boss lady. Thank you. Any trades this morning for anybody? I did not trade this morning. Let's see right now. Okay. There we go. I'm just letting people know who might have an interest that we are live right now, and we will be. Okay. Just watching the. I was also watching CDC and a few other. What was that? GDC this morning. Boy, I was listening to Deck, and it's like he had the right transaction. He did what he does. He got in too quick. I kept saying, you know what? He was right about the 1050. Why didn't he hold out? Instead of losing 3K, he would have made 3K. So that's just sad right there, you know. But that's the way it is. I was hoping. I wish you were saying, "Don't get out, don't get out. It's gonna come back." The only thing that kind of scared me was I was watching the RSI on GDC, and it was only like 57%. I even wrote it on the board, which means with such a low, it only had 973,000 shares available. That's under a million, which means that stock can really move if it wanted to, you know. And it could have gone a lot further than 1050. It could have gone to $15 if somebody had enough oomph to push it, you know. So, all right, I'm just looking real quick. You know, anybody has Juan? Anybody seen Juan lately? I was thinking, you know what? I haven't seen Juan in a while. Has he been around? Even checking his room, there's nothing in there. Wow, I hope he's okay. I really like him. So, all right, I guess it is what it is. That went in there. Let me go back in here. Let me just change something real quick. Sorry. I also have to watch. I watch Deck's room, you know, but he's doing that boot camp right now. So, all right. And right now, looking at the SPY, it's not moving. It's just like, you know, as you can see right now. Let me get my mouse over there. You can see it has a high there, 411.76 over here, and a bottom here, 411.23. So you got 50 cents. So even if we bring this in a little closer, let's bring this into 411, just to tweak it out a little bit, 411, and I'm gonna go 75 just in case it starts to move. All right, yeah, that's perfect. And then here, let's see, what do we got on this one? 411.25. So from 25 to we only have 50 cents in here, and you can see I wouldn't take a shot on going up or down right now. All right, there's your VWAP right there. That's your 13. That's your support and resistance. Earlier this morning, I had put a lower target in there because it was dropping, but I put a 410 in there. But right now, we'll bring it back up to right below that line there, 410, 65. Let's go to 65. I'm not saying it's coming back down to there, but at this point, we're still under the VWAP, which means that thank you, Lady Gray. It means that we're still a little bearish at the moment, okay? So, and I'm watching Tesla's doing the same thing. It's also coming back down a little bit. And I'm going to go check the scanners for a second. Let me just see one thing real quick. It's all products. That's your SPX contracts. I didn't put the contracts up. Is anybody trading the SPY right now? If you were trading, contracts would be. I'll put them up there real quick. Contracts to watch now. Let's go. SPX, which would be, by the way, contracts to watch now. Date. Today's date is what? 5/16. 5/16. SPX. Okay, and let's take a quick look at that. All right. Come on. Trying to figure out this mouse. There we go. All products. So we got right here, you can see just out of the money, 41.20 and 41.25. So let's put in 41.20. So on the call is 41.20. Is that right? 41.25. 41.25, and the put was 41.20. All right, and then you have the SPY. On the SPY, let's see. Yeah, 411. So it'll be 412 and 411. 411 and 412. 411. So call would be 412 and the put would be 411. Okay, and then we have Tesla, which is going to be on Friday's date. Friday is what, the 19th? Come on, where's my calendar? Came up for a second. I missed it. Went too fast. Shit. Okay. I'm getting circles here, so give me a second. It's not coming up. You guys hear me okay? Let me try the other computer. Here we go. 419, I was right. Okay, so 519. That's 519. And that's Tesla. TSLA. And Tesla would be, let me real quick. I need the price. 168. So it's 168. Give me 1 second. 168. Let's change that to Tesla. I'm looking on another computer. Oh, it's not even in here. Okay, Tesla 19th would be 170 and 167.50. 170 and 167.50. So your call would be 170 and your put would be 167.50 at the moment. All right, there they go on the board. There are your contracts. I'm a little slow today. Took me over 20 seconds. I was out pretty sick. My wife works in a nursing home, and she actually brought home a present, the Big C. Though I did not test positive, and she did, okay? I never caught it, but I got all the symptoms, and I was pretty sick. I lost my voice. I couldn't talk. I had all the symptoms except for one thing that she had that I didn't, and that was the cough. I never got the cough. So she was home almost 8 days. Sorry, I'm still eating my banana from this morning. I'm not used to her being home so much. And okay, let's just see real quick. Now everything's working. I need time. Oh, that's why I need it. Okay. 3. I'm going to just test just to see what the delay is right now. Okay. Just want to see real quick. I don't see the camera right now. You see me? No, you don't see me. You know what? Give me a second. I don't know why the camera's not working. Camera, video capture. Huh. A lot of things not working. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me unlock that. That's really weird. Ah, there we go. Okay, you guys can see me now. Sorry about that. All right, it should come on any second. There it is. I don't know why I couldn't see it. I had it really, really tiny on the bottom. I don't know what I was doing. I must have been working on it. And, okay, what I wanted to do real quick is just to figure out what the delay is. Okay, so I put my finger up at 25 seconds. I'm at 5, 6, 9. Okay, 11 seconds. All right, not the greatest. That's got to be the internet. All right, so that means when I speak to you now, um, you don't hear me for almost 11 seconds. Usually the average for YouTube is about 8. Coming sometime the end of this month or the beginning of June, Deck is going to provide me with some software that we will be able to be live at the same time. Then I will do live trades with you. Until then, I cannot do live trades. It wouldn't be fair to you, because if I do a live trade, then I can only give you alerts when I see them, which you know my alerts have been spot on in the past. When I see an alert, I will alert you guys, and you can go from there. Right now, we're right. It's 11:28. It's very quiet. If you take a look right now, I'm going to just pass back over to Tesla real quick. You can see that Tesla, I'm watching also. You can see my resistance and my support. Right now, let's see, I got a 168 as support, and I had it a little high. I had 169.28. I'm going to lower that a little bit. I'm just going to make it 169 and leave the $1. It could be even a little low. So I think that's about right anyway. 168 and 168, 169. That's your support and resistance, okay? On there. I'm going to go back to the SPY, which I'm sure most of you are watching. I was watching, anybody watching GDC? Just to see what happened to that one. Come on. It should be in here. I know I put it in my help list. GDC. Here we go. And you can see what this did before with Deck. It's a pity. You know, he knew. He called 1050. This man called it right on the mark. And what does he do? He gets in down here. He does this all the time. He got in here. Then he probably bought some more. And then he ended up losing $3,000. But he said, if it goes anywhere, if you were listening to him, and he really is good at this, he said it would probably hit a high of 1050. And I had moved some money out of my Ameritrade temporarily, and until I move it back, I couldn't trade it because I would have done it. The problem is that with Thinkorswim, I couldn't have shorted it anyway. But it had a very, very low. I checked the float really quick. Had a 973,000 float, which is nothing. That's what makes it move so fast. It went up and hit that 1049, just like he said, and boom, came back down. And you'll see right here, right? I still believe there was no news. So if you look at this right now, $6.97, $7. You listen, and at the end of the day, you can quote me. I'm telling you that if you could short this right now, even here, and no matter what happens at this point, you just wait. By the end of the day, you're going to be looking at about, let's see, I would say at least $7 to even $7.50 at the least. You're going to see a dollar drop from right here by the end of the day. Why do I say that? Tumbles over point. GD Group shares resumes trade. Shares halted on circuit breaker. 12 industrial stocks moving in today's thing. But why is GDC moving? That's what you have to understand. What is the news? It's the GD Group. It's GDC. But you want to know something? You can go into, we're looking at the 4th, the 5th, 9th. There's no news on GDC. So I put on the board when I saw that this morning, I said, this is a pump and dump. And I knew it was going to come down. It was a perfect short. And Deck called the perfect place, but he got in too quick, took his losses. If he had held on right now, instead of losing 3,000, he would have been up over $3,000 right now. And it was like so evident to me what was going to happen with this stock. And I couldn't believe he did what he did. But, you know, Deck's a great guy, but he makes mistakes just like everybody else. He gets impulsive and he gets in a little too quick, and then he figures, well, I don't want to wait any longer because it could go. But the reason is, why did it go to start with? Why did it go to start with? All right, we're going to have to bring our resistance up here to 412. All right, let's bring our resistance now to 412. And what do we got here? And right here we got 411. I'm going to leave it there at 411.25. So that gives us 75 cents. Could be a little bit higher. Let's go to 35. Let's just bring this up a little bit. Not much. Just a tinge. Just to tweak it a little bit closer. Now, you can see we've become now, we went from bearish to bullish. We're above the VWAP. Here's your VWAP. All right? Now, right now, you can see we're getting a new challenge here. all right? And if it stays there, and if it holds the VWAP, all right, let's bring this up a little further, and I'm going to bring it to 50, 411.50, all right? So bring it there and bring that back. So right now, because it might fall down below just slightly, we want to see if it's going to hold this area. Even though it's going below, we're going to see if it goes back up again. Let's see, 411.50 touch. There's your 411.50 touch. Now let's see what's it going to do. It's forming a lower shadow, which means it's going to reverse. So somebody's manipulating this right now. Let's see the amount of shares being traded on it. That's important, all right? So here you have 327,046. So it's about 375, maybe another 25, 400,000, 500,000. Somebody's got about 500,000 shares. Let's see what's coming down. 120. 120 is 280. That's 480. And then it's going to pull back. There's your 500,000. It's going to go back up. So right now, if you were to go and do a do a call right now and just hang tight, but I would go in with small amounts, maybe 100 shares of SPX. You're going to make some money. It's going to go up. And you might be saying, how do I know that? How do I know that? Because I see how many shares it took from here to here to go up. And I told you, somebody's got 500,000 shares. Just remember, they can drop that very quickly if they want to. They can make you think they're going to go back up. They can go to the second one right here. There's your upper shadow. So now we got 411.75. They're having a hard time to push over the 75 mark. They've been there. They can do it. Let's see what happens. I don't like that upper shadow. That shows reversal. And as I said, it would go back up from here. It did. All right. So from here, 50 to 70, you could have made 20 cents. It's not enough. It's very risky right now. Somebody is manipulating the heck out of this. And you need just a few more people getting involved. And that's the problem. This person who's manipulating is the biggest involvement at the moment. I just want to take a look real quick and go to my FinViz. Okay, here we go. Just a quick look at finviz.com. And you can see right now, oh, they're putting a big, okay. You can see right now we have a mixed day. Microsoft, NVIDIA, Amazon, Tesla, Google. Your biggest ones, I'm surprised Apple's in the red. But your biggest ones in today, you can see, are green. All right, so that probably puts us, wow, say still below. Where's Tesla? Tesla's green. There's still more red than green. So you can see 206, 71, just to refresh, 205. You got the NASDAQ at 1247. And 13 on the S&Ps. GDC is your number one stock today. I was looking at MICS this morning and Applied. I put all these into my watch list this morning, and I got them off of Benzinga. I really like Benzinga in the morning. I also got a lot of it off the scanner. That's what I used to do for DEC. Is I used to do a lot of alerting in DECMAR trades. You know, I'll tell you the kind of guy that Dex is. I was out for close to 2 weeks, a week and a half. I think Thursday was that last time that I was live. I think it was the 28th. Actually, yeah. The last video was the 28th. So wow, it was 2 weeks, and Deck paid me for those 2 weeks. He pays me as a moderator, but he did pay me. So I thought that was very cool. All right, there's your pullback. So you can see right now it is not holding. And that's going to bring our support back to where it was before, down about 411.25. Let's see if we can hold that area. So you can see the manipulation that's going on. And for those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, a little lesson on SMF. This is not a sexual position. This is stock market manipulation. And that's all this is. This is not being driven because of something happening in the news right now. This is being driven by a person who has a lot of money. And if you look at 500,000 shares, okay, even if you're talking about, let's say, 350,000 of that, of the 500,000 that got moved, all right, times $411 a share, just to even it off. You're talking $143 to $150 million. One person has the capability of manipulating this stock. Let's look again, all right, real quick. So you're going to learn about why and when to get into a stock. Here, let's take a look. 100, I'm looking at the volume that's up here. Watch, if it's above me, there's your volume. So I go to this candlestick, 120. Just round them out. 120, 160s, 280, 480, 490. Let's say 500,000 right there. Then there's a neutral. Then you got another 510, 500, 500, 600, 650, let's say. 650, 740, 750, 850. There's about 800,000 shares right there. You're talking about probably close to $300 million that's manipulating this right now. You've seen it go up. Now let's go back. Why did it go back this low? Why did it break our support back to 411? And you can see I left I usually take them away, but I decided not to at the time because, and I'm talking the lower target, I didn't take it away for the reason that we were right at the VWAP and we were below. Give me 1 second. Important stuff. I'm here. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to take a very important pill, and I was on the other side of the room. Okay, here I am. And I was having such a good time. All right. And the glasses so I can see. It's to see you. I can see the board. All right, so you can see right now there's a nice pullback there. I don't like the upper shadows here. So if you're thinking about popping in there right now, I got to wait and see because there it goes. So it could be a fake out because remember my lower target. And where do I get my lower target? Let's go to 3 minutes so we don't have to lose the chart. There we go. And if you see the reason I have lower target, earlier I thought it would drop further, so I just went down a little lower than the lower VWAP. So right now our lower VWAP is at 410.79. This should be at 410.75. All right. Reason is I don't like to put it right on the line, so I'm putting it right below that mark right there. That's my lower target. And if you look over here, okay, we had right there, we had a hit at 410.72. If I look at my low of the day, I'm going to go into FinViz right now. To Yahoo Finance. I'll see that right now my low of the day was days range 411.63. Is that correct? Hold on. 410.71. That's what I thought. I had to just, I just had to do the old, what do you call it? Wow, I lost it. Where the heck did it go? That's weird. Okay, got it. 410.71. So if you look over here, you'll see right there. There's your low. Right there, 410.71. Look to the right. See, it says I'm moving this 410.71. So that's why I said 410.75. This is my lower target. And right now we can go. If you look from here, let's draw some lines. How do we do our trend lines? All right. So let's start at the top of the day. The high of the day, I got to go back and take a quick look, is 412.82. So I take 412.82 and I go right there. And I look across the right. Bingo! I got a first shot. And I'm going to take it to the high point there. All right, and go a little further past. Boom. See, I did it right to that top point. Now, I'm going to take my bottom, we said was 410.72. 71. Oh, shoot. What did I say it was? 72. I think it was 72. Let's see. 71. I can't remember. Hold on. You know what? 72, 71 ain't going to make a difference, but let's see if I can get it exact. Ooh, I had it. Got it. Okay. And then we're going to take it to the bottom point right there. And now, what that gives us here, all right, I love this. This gives me my squeeze, all right? We can see from, this is the total day. And what I can do is I go here, and I'll cancel my left extension, and I'm going to cancel, this one here is from higher day anyway, but I'm going to cancel my left extension here. So now, if I go back, you can always see exactly where. I do not use pre-market. I can use pre-market as a low and high designation of where it might go, but I don't use it in my daily. This is a daily right now. It is showing me, okay, where we started, where we are from the daily. And that's why you need the high or the low. It's almost like taking into consideration on like a Fibonacci chart. You want to take your Fibonacci. If your stock's going up, you want to start from the bottom of the chart and go to the top. If it's coming down, you want to short, you want to go the other way. I think I got that right. I sometimes reverse it. But for right now, you can see our squeeze pattern is large, all right? So there's nothing here, and that's why I'm telling you this is some heavy manipulation, and this person can drop this even lower. We can go to like we said, right here on a lower target. So you can see a few times he popped up above the VWAP, came below, above the VWAP, below, above the VWAP, below. So we're, you know what, you're using this as a target line right there. Right now, you can see it went above, but right now we're not there. Okay, I'm going to bring this down a little lower and say, let's say we're at back to 411.75. All right, want to just make it a little tighter. It gives us a little more idea of area of the actual squeeze. All right, right now we can go anywhere to we're probably in between 411.45, let's say 411.45 and 411. I say that because there's my 13, and there it is, right to the 13. I'm going to leave my line right there, and let's see where it goes. I'm not going to touch it for a second. Let's see what happens here. Thank you, Tim. Tim. I just recognized to see you here. I wasn't even watching the board. Good to see you, my friend. I haven't talked to you in a long time. I did pick up my guitar almost every day for at least 5 or 10 minutes. The only joy I got. Anyway, my hand's killing me too. I got a shot in my hand. It was actually worthless. It didn't do anything. That's why I can't play much anymore. My hands got too old, but my mind stayed sharp. I hate when that happens. Like Emerson, Lake and Palmer. A couple of these guys were so good. I don't know how many of you remember. All right. Anyway, so here you can go right now. You can see, like I'm telling you, there's your 13. There's your 13. Where's my cloud? This is the cloud. For some of you, I did put on the top of this chart here, in today's chart, I think when you look on top, I did put in the 7 most important elements of trading. I put in, you know what's missing here? No, the think scripts are in here. If anybody wants those think scripts, they are free. They're also up in my alert section. I did put them back in there. I'm going to put them a couple more times. So there's the think scripts. And then, yeah, I got to keep putting them in because they disappear. Copy. This is the 7 most important. I'm putting this back in the alert sections. And one of the things that's really important is when you're doing contracts, okay? When you're doing contracts and you're worried about, like Deck always talks about theta, all right? Theta is the amount of time that it's going to go up or down, you know, depending on where it's at. But one of the things that's really important when it comes to contracts is that you change your contracts often. If you're not in one, if you're not in a contract, okay, check every 50 minutes. Stay in the dollars or just out of the dollars, okay? Stay in or out of the money. I always choose to stay slightly out of the money, okay? And if it's too expensive, I'll go slightly more. I always try to be between 40 and 50 on my delta, because the delta is what's going to pay me. So I don't worry about theta, okay? Because I know that every time if I take the right contracts, if SPY moves one way or the other, and I go into my delta at 40, all right, if I go as low as 40 and it goes in the direction I want, which of course the stock dropping down because I'm doing a put, I do more puts than calls, then I know that my delta is going to get higher and higher. As it goes in my direction, so does the delta. 41, 2, 4, 5, 48, 49, 50, 52. If I was in a 50, it could end up a 60. The higher the delta, the quicker it's going to print cha-ching for you, okay? You ever get into a contract, you're so far out of the money, stock moves 50 cents and you're going, wow, this contract's just so slow. It's not moving, okay? Because your delta is too low. Check your delta. Don't worry about your theta. When you worry about theta, when a stock really moves too fast and you're in the wrong direction, all right, you picked the wrong direction, then you should have had a plan, okay? This is not a hope program. There is no hope, all right? Hope is not a strategy. We must always have a plan. And you know, a lot of times I put that in there, and I'm going to put it up there again, all right? For some of you who may not know me or may be new, But hope is not a strategy. We must always have a plan. And just like Deck, did he have a plan today? I don't think so. Okay, he knew where to go. He knew where it was going to go. He didn't wait and got it too soon, but he waited too long. You don't wait till you have $3,000 in debt on an item, even if you think it's coming back down. That's hope. I hope it comes back down. He was right, but he should have got out when it was $300-400, and then maybe jump back in and try it again. Okay, cost averaging up or cost averaging down. In his fact, it would have been cost averaging up. Is not the wisest thing to do. They tell you in most trading books not to cost average up or down, because eventually, you know what? It's really, really strange, but I do it, and 95% of the time I win, or I come out, or I break even because I've done it. And if I hadn't, I would have lost. But the fact is, the one time I do lose, that 5% of the time that I lose, it beats me up so bad, okay? That because now you're losing double. Remember, if I have a position with 5 contracts and I'm going to cost average, I got to cost average doing 5 more contracts. So if I get in at, let's say, $5 and the stock goes up to $5.50, all right, and I cost average up with another 5 contracts, all right, now I'm at $5.25, all right. But what happens if it still continues the other way and I say, oh shit, I got to get out. I'm getting killed here. Now I got twice as many contracts and I'm losing, so I get out and I take twice the loss. So you got to be very careful. Look what's happening here. Look at the SPY. Just as I said it would do or could do, here's your support. All right, I gave you new support. I think at the end of the day, we will end up back here unless some good news comes out. Apple consolidates as the stock market readies. Let's just look at the news real quick. Readies for a big move in one direction, the bull-bear case. The bull-bear case. What the heck does that tell us? The bull-bear case, which means they don't know. And we looked before. If you remember when I pulled up FinViz, Apple was the only stock, okay? Apple was the only stock that was losing. I said, isn't that amazing? Everybody's up, but why is Apple in the red? Now, all of a sudden, we get a news on Apple, blah, 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 temporarily shoots this up a little like it's positive news, and also analyzing U.S. Retail sales, that's probably what moved it. Slowing consumer demand or recessionary pressure at bay. Top economists weigh in. All right, but when you look at that, okay, there's a big article on the bottom. Let's see, most economists. This is important. This is important. Hold on. I'm going to put up temporarily because it's going to take up a lot of the board, and I'll take it out of. Most are disappointed with the April U.S. retail sales. This should have brought it down. Right there, are disappointed with April U.S. retail sales at 11:37. And what happens here? Look at this. Look at the time. 11:39. So right here's at 37. Boom. So we get this news. It comes back down. 11:39. Apple consolidates the stock market readies for. And you see what happens? It starts to move up. So we get some really bad news. Tells us that the retail sales. Well, then it says, if you read further, according to the advance, it says consumer spending shows signs of weakness. According to the advance estimates released today, retail sales increased 4% in April's month, rebound from 0.7. So it's come down 3%. No, it says increased 4% from 0.7. That's right, we're in negative. So it's still not all good news. It's not. It's very disappointing. Here it says, right here, thinks the April read were disappointing. Okay, I can leave that there for a while for anybody who may want to read it. So you would think when you read bad news like this, why is it going up? It's not. It's not being fluctuated because of news. It could be a temporary thing for a second. This is being fluctuated because of stock market manipulation. And for those of you who don't understand, I'm going to go pick up something for you. All right, stop. For those of you who are new and don't understand what that is and don't know how to find the answer to it, I'm going to look it up. All right, and here we go. Copy here. This is SMM, stock market manipulation. All right, so what is it? What is stock market? What is manipulation? Market manipulation is a conduct designed to deceive investors by controlling or artificially affecting the price of securities. Real important, right there. There's your answer. Okay, it's a way to control or affect. Make you think something's going to go one way and then take it the other, okay? Almost like a pump and dump, okay? Only the one who's pumping it knows when he's going to dump it. You don't. So you're like getting on a surfboard in the ocean, and you paddle out there, and you're waiting and waiting, and then you catch that wave. That's what we're doing. We're waiting and waiting until we catch that wave. And then we catch that wave, and then all of a sudden a side wave comes and bam, smacks you off your surfboard, okay? And it comes back the other way, and you go under, all right? And that's what happens. You end up going under. Look at this. Look at this push. Look at this push right now, all right? This is amazing. So you can see how much. We'll look in a second how much stocks were just traded. Let's bring it back up here. You can see everything's changing. We still got the same bottom. Right here, we got 259,000, 260, 460. That's 500,000 right there. 600,000, 875. There you go, over a million. So you got a million shares again, bringing it up, bringing it down. So we know this manipulation's anywhere between 700,000 and a million shares. You won't hear anybody. You won't hear AK-47. You won't hear DEC. You won't hear Kush. You won't hear any of these guys talking about stock market manipulation. Why? I don't know. Because I find that with certain stocks, it is so important to understand, is it bad? Not really. It's just the way of the markets and what happens. You got to watch, okay? There's your upper shadow right now, all right? So what do? We got 412, all right? So we're going to move this back up, all right? We're going to move this to 412 because we know that is our resistance right there. Why? I don't know. Maybe he ran out of money, and I don't think so because now we have an upper. So what we're going to do here, because they're moving this thing, is we're going to go there to a dollar sign, and we're going to go above there, right, to about 412.50. I think 412.50 is our mark. All right. I'm going to edit this up. I'm going to make this 412.50. I'm going to call this upper target. Who missed the active trader? I did. I wasn't myself. You know how many days I wanted to turn this on? I didn't even turn it on. I didn't even watch anything that was going on. Okay. There you go. So there's an upper target. Here's our resistance right now at 412. Not even. It's just a slight touch. Really, yeah, it's between about 495. 490, 495. All right? But it was a touch. They got it. They hit it. So right now, if we're to go anywhere, it's to go up here. All right? It's to go to 412.50 and bring it back. Almost like GDC. It went from 9, what was it? I don't even remember the price. Went from $8 to, I don't even remember. That's amazing. Let's take a quick look. You know, I forgot the numbers. Dak probably didn't forget because he was in it. GDC. Oh, shoot. Sorry. GDC. It's very similar. See, it went from here 10. Now it's 10.50. So it went over 9. It was $9.50, $9 and hit 10.50 and came back. Okay, and I think that's what's going to happen right here with the SPY. All right, it's going to hit that 412.50, and then it's going to come back. If it gets to that point, we have to get over this 412 mark first. Once we get over that 412, that's going to be it. That's going to be your upper target. And then by the end of the day, we could see it probably coming back down again. I don't know. I know that the SPY has been moving up slowly over the past couple of weeks. All right, so anything can happen because we don't know what the news is. SPY 330, thank you, and thank you for your well wishes. Feels good. It took me, you know what? I couldn't get, something happened and it changed. I was trying to make something private, like an individual video, because I didn't want to lose it. I ended up getting rid of it. But I made it private. When I tried to open up this morning, everything was going private, so it wouldn't come up. So I had to get it back down to public. And speaking of public, I didn't do this, and I'm sure there's people in there right now. Let's go and say hello to the people in YouTube. I kind of forget them at times. Come on, there we go. What the heck's going on here? That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. It gave me my whole page. Copy video URL. It's public. It should be in there. Same thing. I don't see my YouTube. It's in here. How do I get down? How do I get it back down? There we go. That's wrong. Something's wrong. I'm in my YouTube. I don't see the chat room. It's on the bottom. Everything changed. Everything changed. This is weird. Let's give me 1 second. I'll try to figure this out. We'll watch this because you'll see a pullback. Should pull back. Right. There's your lowest shadow right now. So it's going to go back up again. Just be careful here. Everything changed in my YouTube. This is We don't have hidden fees. That's great. Why is this edit video? This is very strange. Everything changed in my studio. I don't know what I did. Live chat replay, anyone, live restrictions, reactions, live reactions. How long the participants? It's right. I'm just checking the setups in here. I don't know what's going on. Don't know. Dismiss, take survey. I'm not into surveys. Okay, YouTube. Huh. I can't get my YouTube working right. I don't know what's going on yet. I don't know. I can't get it to work. Let me try one more time. Just take the copy, embedded. Okay. I'm not getting my YouTube page. That is just too strange. Create. I'm sure they can see me. Troy. Everything changed. It's on the bottom. I see it. Okay, so they do see me. I don't know why my setup changed. All I'm seeing is a big chart, which I shouldn't, and I can't make it smaller. Mini player? Wait. Nope, now I ruined everything. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. This is so weird. Default view. Ah, I got it. Okay, much better. All right, just want to shout out to everybody. I know right now there's 25 people in there. Make sure you guys give me a hands up. I'm doing the best I can. I came back from 2 weeks being sick with the laying next to a woman that had COVID. That's twice she's brought COVID home to my home, and I didn't catch it. Okay, I had a false positive once, but I wasn't positive. But I was sick. I had all the symptoms but the cough. Thank God. She was hacking away. She's every night, man. I couldn't go to sleep if she didn't hack. I got so used to the hacking, she stopped hacking. Now I can't sleep. Just kidding. Anyway, you ever, I don't know, for those of you who are married, one of your spouses snores, and it's like, if you don't hear that snoring noise, if they went out of town for 2 days, you don't sleep the same. Yeah, right? You don't hear that snoring sound, you know? Even my cat's gotten used to her snoring. Sleeps in the chair that I'm in right now. The chair's next to her side of the bed. So, anyway, we can't get rid of this chair. My cat loves it so much. She sits on the back. It's a cushy top on the back, and she loves it. All right, get away from all that garbage. I'm starting to sound like AK. All right, so right here, you can see what happened here. Like I told you from here, it was coming back up. Always when you see, for those of you that are new, one of the signals for you to go long is when you see the first green. When you see this, and then you see that first green, that is not a signal to get in. That means, and you can see the high doji, that high shadow means it was going to come back down. So that means, all right, has nothing to do with the size, but there was a lot. That was 375,000. That's on a 3 minute. Let's go back to the 1 minute for a second. Okay, so you can see that first one. That what that is when all the shorts get out, they have to close their position. So then you want to see the next one, whether it's going to come back or down. And you can see on a 3 minute it had a higher doji. So on a 3 minute it looked like it was coming back down. It was a false breakout, and it did not come down. But here, when you get above the first green, the second green gets above the first green. So you went here at about, let's say, 4:11:15. When you got to about 20, 25 right there, that's when you should have jumped in. And that'll tell you. And there's your arrow. And by the way, that arrow is off by 2 candlesticks. So it's delayed. So what I'm telling you is absolutely correct. All right? It's telling you that there's going to be that much strength. They take the algorithm and they know there's more going for the long than they're off going for the short. And that's what happened here. And it went long. So you went almost from below the VWAP to above the VWAP to a new high here, not of the day, but a new high. I don't think it was a new high of the day. Maybe it was 412.82. So it was. That was the new high of the day. It should be saying it. I don't know why it doesn't. 412. Oh, no. 412.82 is back here. Oh, yeah, back there. All right, so not a new high of the day. Sorry. New high for this time area. All right. If I had made another line from, let's say, here to here, you'd see it's going up slightly. We'd have another cross. But even from here, let's say for right now, if I do what's called the active step, for some of you know what I'm talking about, and I take this from, let's first of all, let's do this. let's activate this and bring this down to right there. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. All right, and now what I want to do is I'm going to take off the right extension. All right, cancel right extension. And then I'm going to take from here again. This is the active step. All right, and we're going to do this. So you can see how we changed, and then I'm going to take rid of the left extension. Gets confusing, but okay. So you can see how we were moving up. You can see we were in upward. We're still going back up, and then all of a sudden, boom, you see. And it's probably the same thing happened here. If I'd done that before, you would have seen the same exact step going up this way. But then we came back down. We're going back up. So what's going to happen? Every time we go up, we get a pullback. But right now, instead of pulling back to the VWAP, we're pulling back to the 13. Okay? And what that tells me is that we're trying to push this thing up. And if we do, my upper target would be in play. Anytime we're above this line right here, which is the VWAP, it tells me that our upper target is in play. Anytime we're below, it tells me my lower target is in play. All right? That it can happen either way. Nice to see you. Thank you, AK. That's funny. You're a good man. I don't care what they say about you. Listen, thanks for taking up my slack. And congratulations on this morning. I see you made about $2,000. Let's give a hand for AK, man. That's excellent. Great trader. You can learn a lot from that guy. All right, I give him a hands up, definitely. All right, so you can see now here we are back in that squeeze. So we have, right now, we're holding on the 13. Our resistance, like I said, oh, my voice, 412. Hold on. Wow, 412. And we're 411.84, so at any moment we could see that break. And if we do see that break and we get to 412.10, 412.08, there's a good chance we'll see 412.25. We might see that upper target. It's got to get there. And it's still trying. So, as I said, we have a new... I could even change this a little bit and you'd see the squeeze. I'm going to leave it, but let's see. If I activate this, if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it. That's the problem. Oh, there it was. It was there. I just saw it. Where did I see it? I saw the activate. There it is. So I can bring that up to about right there. Okay. Just to show you slightly how more the squeeze is coming, it would be coming from here down to here. That other red. Like that. So you see what's happening. The squeeze is getting tighter. All right, from here, which is our daily, and I'm going to leave it. Let me get rid of this hand for a second. Get rid of the, where is it? Edit. That's not what I want. Activate trend line 69. Oh, I can't move it at this point. Okay, let's leave it alone. All right, so there's my daily. And let's get rid of that line. Get rid of the left. Okay, so you can see I just pulled it from right there, a tip top, to right here. And what happens is it's showing us the squeeze. I just on temporary. That's what I'm looking for. And I could have done it from here. When I hit the red and the red, it shows me the squeeze, and there's our squeeze up. That's what I was looking for. All right. And of course, what's going to happen is this line here now is going to get moved up and moved up until we hit this. So we don't really need it because we can see what we're getting. I only put it there temporarily to show you how you can figure out when there's a squeeze coming. All right. And I would tell you that 90+% of the time when I pick a squeeze, I have squeeze plays that I have saved. And I was going to make a lesson out of just doing squeeze plays. But it's amazing. It's amazing how you can determine when a stock is going to squeeze and kind of know what direction it's going to squeeze, like up or down. Right now, you can see, the one thing I do hate that you cannot predict, and you got to be careful. So you get into a stock, and then all of a sudden you see it drop $1, okay, or drop 50 cents. That would be from 91 down to 91. Let's see, 411.91 to 411, even here, boom. So some guy does a big and just drops a whole bunch of shares. I mean, talk about manipulation. And what he does is he cleans up every time somebody's got a stop loss. bing, 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 bing. It's like his bank account goes ching, 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 and he makes all that money if he gets out. Okay, so and that's what they do. These people have the full reign. It must be so nice to have that kind of money that you can play those kind of games and do that. So here we are, 12 o'clock. It is lunchtime. Anybody bring lunch? And that's my favorite sign. I feel like I'm driving on the highway and all of a sudden, it's lunchtime, lunchtime. Marker 60, marker 88 in the Keys. Stop for lunch. Anybody go to marker 88? There's a great restaurant over there. Just out of, let's see, marker 88. Just past Key Largo. Between Largo, I think Plantation Key, somewhere around there. I haven't been there in 15 years. Easy. I think I've been there once with the wife. I think I'm going to go for a ride there. Maybe one weekend I'm going to tell her, let's take off and just go. Looking for my mouse. Got it. All right. And we're still trying to push. We're still trying to push. Okay? So we got a little bit more of a push up. There's our trend line 69. So I did it to there just to show you. But right now, let's push it up right there. Okay, right to the tip. And you can see what's happening. Our spread is getting larger and larger, but we're looking for that squeeze. And we're getting, I mean, the squeeze is getting tighter in here because we're getting closer and closer towards that squeeze. We're still correct from here to there. All right? That's how we make these. You can see the step up. So if I go back to the 3 minute, you can see the whole chart. All right? Where are we? Good. You can see there's our morning low right there. It could be here. It could be here. All right? You don't have to be exact. If I wanted to pull to the lowest point, which is right there, 410.71. I think I got 410.71 here anyway. I just put it there anyway. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to be exact. You just have to be close. All right? So, yeah, Cash Chaser, here I am. I'm chasing it again. Chasing the dream. So you can see what's happening here. We got a high here. We started off high. And there's your fake out. I love it. If you go back and you do a study on the SPY itself, all right, you'll see there's whatever fake out you see in the morning, and here was a down fake out, you know it's going the other way. So you wait. I don't ever trade now in the first. This is actually 3, 6, 9, 12 minutes. So about 10 minutes is when I trade, when I usually trade. I'm not trading today, but if I was, I would have waited about the 10 minutes. And when I saw that lower doji, what did I tell you for big dojis there? Look at this one. Big doji down, up. Okay? And remember the size. This is 800. The size of the candlestick has nothing to do with the amount of shares that's in it. It has to do with the opening and closing price. So here, from 55, look at this thing here, to 98. This thing went about 70 cents in, well, that's 3 minutes. I have to look at a 1 minute to really know. And that's why a lot of people like to trade on 5 minutes. Let's take a look. What would you have done? You see, there's your fake out down. So you got 5, 6, 7, about 10 minutes. Perfect. You would have taken it up right there. When you see that doji, you get out. Then here, of course, you might have done, you waited for that high doji, done the put. It came all the way down. So what all went all the way up, went all the way down in a matter of 5, 10, 15 minutes. You could have made your whole day right there. And if you look at Tesla, it did the exact same thing. I was watching it. I'm going, holy crap. I was watching Dex Room and I was watching Dex Room and I was watching Cush's Room this morning. I think he was in Tesla. He did really well. So, he was in Dex Room, but he was trading. So not trading because of chop or just delay. For other personal reasons right now. And I wasn't feeling, when you're not right, you're not 100%, sometimes the best thing to do is to step aside. So, and get yourself back into it and make sure you're feeling 100%. You have a fight with your wife. You have a fight with the cat or the dog. You have a fight with your neighbor. Don't come in here and start trading. You will lose. Your aggressions will be taken out in a negative way, and it will be a reflection on how you trade. So sometimes the best thing, so, I'm still not 100%, okay? I'm starting, you can hear my throat. You can hear me. I'm still, not 100%, but that's okay. And I pulled some money out, and I mixed it to another account right now. So I'm just waiting. So I may not trade the next day or two. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that I don't watch exactly what's happening every day. And it doesn't mean when I'm not doing that in my own mind, I'm still live, but I paper trade in my head what I would do. just to see if I'm still straight on and make sure I'm making the right decisions. I don't do an actual. I've never actually paper traded where I went to the and I actually had Ameritrade set me up with real time, and my account was big enough where they said no problem because it cost them money. I've never used it. I have never used it. I don't even know how to set it up. Well, I do, but I'm not going to. All right, I just want to move up in Tesla. For those of you that might be watching Tesla, I'm going to move up to 169.25 as my 169.25 as my resistance, and I'm going to move my support now to 168.50. All right, anybody who might be watching Tesla, 168.50, 169.25. That is my support and resistance for Tesla. As far as the contracts, whatever you have, if it says 168.70, it's 170 on the call. And if you're coming down, it's always $2.50. So 168 down is one from 170 is 167.50 is your put. I believe it's the same as I put before. Let me just check quickly, go up there. 167.50, 170. Contracts are still the same. Now, let's go check the contracts for, let me just put this in here. And I'll just go real quick. I want to look at my SPY. My SPY is 411. So it's 412, 412, 412, 412. 412 and 411. Hold on. I'm doing three things at once. 412. Where's my SPY? SPY. It's still the same. Everything is still the same. I'm assuming my SPX is still the same too. 41.25. Let me see real quick. I'll change it if it's wrong. 41.25. So we got. Change that to Tesla. Go back to SPX. I don't want to do it on the main board because I don't want to list somebody who wants to see how it's done. 41.30 and 41.25. What do I got? 41.30, 41.25, and I put in. All right, so it did go up a little bit. If you want to be just out of the money, so what I do is I copy that, I put it back in here, right? I'll show you how you do this real quick. You make a mistake or, all right, 41.30 and 25. So there's 25, and let's make this one. Because it went up, that's why. When it comes back down, it's going to be the other one again. So I'm going to leave it above and beyond. So if it pulls back, it'll be the one above, all right? If it pulls down, I wish they were reversed, but they're not. Actually, I'm going to take it out. I can always put it back in later. So there's your actual, everything here is just out of the money, all right? Always one just out of the money on the contracts, okay? And you can see there's a little bit of movement here. So I'm going to take my line, I'm going to activate it, and I have my little thing there. And I'm just going to move it a little bit. I'm going to move it even further, and I'm going to take it to the 13. See that 13 right there? And this one here now moved up a little, just slightly. And I'm going to bring this down, move right to the top of that doji. Okay, so here's my squeeze pattern. My bottom has stayed the same. You can see the morning we had an upward, okay, and you can see it was slightly. It's been upward. It's been choppy, very choppy. Somebody said it here. They said not trading because of chop or just delay. All right, I don't know about the delay. The delay here was consolidation, but you see this up, down, up, down. Not that's consolidate. That's somebody not figuring out what plan they're going to do, and then boom, they go for it and bring it right back down, okay, and bring it right back up. You tell me this is total manipulation, okay? If you watch what's happening and look at the amount of shares, even for this is 5 minute, that was 900 and say almost a million shares right there. And this one here was 1.3. So 1.3 going down, 900, and there's the rest, another 500. So 9 and 5 is 14. We had about 13 something. There it is, 1.135. You see? And now here, 524. I'm looking up at the volume. So you add the 5 and the 9, you got 950. And what did I say? 950 and there's another one. See, look at this. Look how big this one is compared to this. This one here is 900,000. This one here is larger. It's 524. And that's why I'm telling you, the size of the candlestick has nothing to do with the amount of shares. Sometimes it does reflect it, but it doesn't mean that's the reason. This has to do with the open and closing prices. Okay? So you can see right here, 411.13. And this is over 5 minutes also. To 411.88, you could have made 50 cents over a 5 minute period. On five contracts, that would be 250 shares times what would that have been? You got 500, right? Times 50 cents. You made 250 bucks if you had 5 contracts. See? Now, if you were talking about, let's look at the same time. Watch this. So what do we say here? We got from 411, 411.15, let's say 411.15 to 411.84 is 50 cents. And what time is that? 10:25. Watch this. 10:25. Let's go to SPX. We're on the same 5 minutes, right here. What did it say? 10:15, 10:25, right there. So on this one, you got, watch this, 41.19 and 19 to here is 41. That would have been, okay, that would have been $6. Let's say even $5. $5 times 500, 5 contracts is $2,500. So the same thing that would have made you 250 would have made you 5 contracts, 500 shares times $5 is 2,500 bucks. That's why we watch the SPY and we trade SPX for those that can afford it. You can see how much money you can make. But what if it dropped the other way, the same amount? You could lose that much money that quick. You got to be very careful. All right? You all got that? You see the difference? So you got 5 to 1. At this point of the day, at 12 o'clock, it's 5 to 1. In the morning, it's about 3 to 1. And when you first open, it could be 1.5 to 2 to 1. As the time goes on, it spreads. The spread changes on SPX and gets greater to the amount of the SPY. It's no longer 1 to 1 or 2 to 1 or 3 to 1, 5. It could be 6, 7, as much as 8 or 9. I've seen it. All right? So if you had played that on a SPY using SPX contracts, you would have made a ton of money. You could have called it a day and had a blast. And that's my thing, is learning how to be consistent and be more proactive in knowing how to do this right, okay, and not get forced out too quickly, because you get scared, especially in a choppy day like today. All right, it's very easily you can get knocked out, or something can happen that can wipe out your account. So you got to be very careful. All right, what's going on in Deck's room? He's still doing his boot camp. Okay. Anybody else even on right now? Let's see. Okay, looking over. Right now we got 27 people watching in YouTube. Let's get rid of this one. Get rid of some stuff in here. Just want to do a quick surprise. Oh, there he is. Okay. Just checking the other rooms real quick. AK's live. So there's a lot of people live today. Futures prop. How's this guy? Anybody been watching this guy, The Reason? I have not watched him. Is he good? I don't do futures. I mean, I know how to do them, but I don't do them. You know, it's so funny. On The Reasons, he's got this black guy on the front of the cover, and then you got this white guy doing his thing. You know, so it's just like a little different. That's a little different. He's laid back. I don't recognize the charts where it's from. I'm looking at his charts real quick. He's watching ES trading. The Reason. He's got The Reason. Very cool. Not that many followers. Not a lot of people doing futures at this point in here. I really like. I become friendly with him. I've got to know him. Is Caesar. Caesar does future trading. Caesar 24. He's actually from South Africa. He's a great guy. He's very intelligent, very good trader. So just letting any of you know. I'm sure this other guy is very good too. I just don't know who he is. All right. Still watching this. Still watching. All right. You can see here now we can activate this, and we can bring it down a little bit to see. I'm going to bring it down to the white line here. All right. The reason I brought it to the white is because that's our VWAP. We're still holding on our 13 exponential, and we're still slightly, but I don't like this thing here. Okay, we did create slightly high from here, so we are doing some slight higher lows. So if you want to look at that, you can go from, let's say, even here. or here. All right, so we start about there. And I got to jump up, but there's your tip there. We're not in that quadrant, okay? Even to there, right there. So you can see we were starting to build higher lows from here. We got higher lows again from here, higher, slightly higher and higher, and then we pulled back. And that's why I know you got to be careful, because at least we're watching it on a 5-minute. I'm going to go back to, I don't really like the 5-minute myself unless I'm trading. All right, let's go back to the 3-minute. Activate that a little better, bring it down a little lower. So like I said, it touched the VWAP. We want to see now if it's going to hold this VWAP. This is going to tell the whole story right here. All right, they could pull back. Remember what I always say, it's like a bow and arrow. You pull back, and the further you pull back, the further it goes forward, the further it pulls back. So we've got pullback. It's showing reversal here. And just to check, just to see on the hour, here's your 1 hour. You can see we're still showing downward motion, not upper, okay? And if I go to, let's see, 15 minutes, we're still showing down, and we're still showing, and what did I tell you before? There's your 5 minutes showing down, and let's go to 1 minute. And there's your false right there. There's the closing up of the shorts, and it could go drop back down again. So if we leave it on the 1 minute, we're trying to hold that VWAP right now, where we're just slightly more bullish than bearish at this point. But which way is it going to go? Who knows? I'm not going to gamble on it, would you? But we're still holding that VWAP. And if you look back earlier, okay, let's go a little bit more like that. You can see we were VWAP below the 13, above, below, above, below, above, below, above, below, right there. All right. So each time it has either come slightly below. Right now, we're still holding that trend. See the trend that we made before? Oh, that's right. I just forget that. I just reactivated it. So I pulled it down a little bit. So it's not. It's actually pulling it down a little bit. Pulling it down. But that's still, right now, we're still a slightly bullish. Okay. But you just don't know. Right now, I wouldn't bet on anything because we're between here and here. We're between VWAP and 13. We got to see which one's going to break. If it breaks down, it's going to come all those back. If it stays above, we can hit either target, lower or upper today. Either one at this moment. Would you start gambling on it? No, absolutely not. You know me better than that. I don't gamble that way. Okay, I don't take chances that way. That's why I make these the resistance, and we had 412. I'm still going to leave it there. It could be a little bit lower, like 95. But resistance point is the 412. That's what we can't break. Here, here, here. What do we got here? We had 411.97. Here, that's where we hit 412.01. Here, we tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull back. 1, 2, 3. Tries again. Gets to 412. Pull back. I think now there's a possibility we're going to see it come down lower. Let's see. If I activate this, oh shoot, I can't see it. I can't see it. There it is. I got to bring this a lot closer. Let's bring this to right there. Right there. Let's get rid of the right. Cancel right. Watch this. We're going to take it from here. That's when everything started to change. Bring it to there. And now you've got a new squeeze. You see it? Cancel left. So here, now you can see we have a new squeeze pattern. And it shows downward. It shows, what do you call that? Descending. You got a descending triangle. Remember to put your hand back so you don't get crazy. We're showing descending. Let's see if that's going to continue or not. It's pretty close. That would be 72. I like exact. Boom. Ha! I did it. I'm a stickler for those things. I don't know why I lost my voice all of a sudden. See, I'm still a little under the weather. I'm drinking coffee, which, is my enemy. I love coffee so much. I drink 2 cups a day. That's it, in the morning. And sometimes I let this thing nurse until about 1 o'clock. And when I have lunch, what I do is I add ice and make it iced coffee for the other half. That's how little I drink of it. Okay, just playing around with Tesla. Tesla, for anybody who's watching, supports 168.25, 168.30, and I'm going to say now that I'm going to edit this down to 169 from 169.25. Okay, there we go. 169. It could be even lower than that. It could be 69. Let's go to 168. 160. Oh shoot. 168.75. Let me see how that looks on Tesla. Yeah, that's about right. Very tight, and it's starting to drop. So we're going to bring our support on Tesla. We're going to bring that down to 168.25. Just a tinge lower. Anybody's watching it. And look at this. I drew the angle here. Like I told you, there's your descending. That's why we do this. This is the active step, okay? For some of you that don't know, I made this whole thing up with the new steps going up and down, the active step, and it works. That's the weirdest thing. It works. It gives you an idea of direction and squeeze, okay? Now, watch the lower shadows. The lower doji just sees it's going to go back up a little. There it is, okay? Watching on the 1 minute. But let's see how much we hold within the trend. Give me 1 second. Sorry, that was my son. I told him I'll call him back in a little bit. That's actually, I've got 4 sons. And this one here is my stepson. My second wife, he was 9 months old when I met her. And I raised him. And I'm his dad. He calls me more than my paternal children. That's so amazing. Okay, so here we go. We're trying to push again. We pull down. I told you, there's the reversal. Where? Right on the VWAP. Okay, so you can see what's happening here. All right, so we're going to move this back up. Boom, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, I love that song by Florida Georgia Line. Just a little bit, with Nelly. I love that music. I can't play it. The last time I did, I had to get rid of a tape. They got me on copyright infringement. I did 3 songs, less than 30 seconds, and they hit me. That you can't see it. I couldn't even watch it. So I said, the hell with it. It was a short one. It was an hour. And there we go. So right now, when that happens, watch this. I don't really need this line anymore. I can take it away. Why? Because you can see what's happening here. I'm going to remove this line. Right? I don't need it. Remove the drawing. And then all I do with this one now is I extend to the right. There it is. Back to the daily. You see? I watch the step. I call the descending. I call the rise off the shadow. And we're still bouncing off the VWAP. And I told you we're a little more bullish than we are bearish. And I was correct. And there you go. So can you make money off this? Yes, but you got to be careful. You really need a large account. For those of you that have small accounts right now, this is a very, very tough time in this bouncy storm that's going on with the SPY to try to make money, because you get caught going either way and it's going to hurt you. All right. And you see, like right now, look at that. So we bounced up to the trend. That was the daily trend. It was still there. It wasn't imaginary. It was still there. I just stopped it to a new point to build a new step down. The minute it comes back up to where it was, I can take that step away. All right. We stepped down. We stepped up. We stepped down, we stepped up. All right. That's the active step. I want to thank you all for coming today. Have a nice day. No, I'm not leaving yet. Just kidding. It's only 12:30. I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it. Just want to see what's going to happen. Look at the pullback. So you look here. Watch this. You got 67. Say 65. 65 is 145, 140, about 150. 150, 210, 210. Now what do we got? 94 coming down. So we had 210 coming up. We've got 100,000 now coming down. So you tell me that 3 minutes they pushed, they pushed, they pushed, they pulled back. Now they're going to push up. They need that 100,000 more to push it back up again. Believe it or not, if you get to a certain point, you take 200,000 shares to bring it there. Bring it back 100 quickly. It won't come back all the way. Now you can push it up forward if you want to. That's what they do. Let's see what happens. So right now, people who are shorting it will close it out. You're talking big money. And it's still, the shorts are still, they're scared, okay? See what happens. So right now, it looks like they think it's going to go back. So what are they doing? They're loading up. They're loading up. But on what? Still dropping. Still dropping. Look at that. Right to the VWAP. Right to the VWAP. So what do we got now? We said about 200,000. We had 50, 90, 91, 150. Is that right? 52, 92, 150. Oh, it was here. Sorry, 67. 6 and 8 from 148. I say 150, 210. We got coming down 100, 178. See, there it is. 178 plus this is going to bring us back to that 210. What goes up comes down, then back again. We just have to just a little bit so we can figure out where the squeeze. I'm going to go right to my white line right there. That's my VWAP right there. I'm still on my daily. I'm still correct. Remember, that was my daily to here, and then I did this step up. So we're still showing at this point. We've got descending on the top and ascending on the bottom. As long as we stay above the VWAP, we are still more bullish than we are bearish. The minute we drop below, we could reach that lower target today. But right now, I have a feeling they want to push it up. I just got that feeling. I didn't eat my bar. Oh, here it is. I'm looking for my power bar, and I didn't see it. It's right in front of me. That's the problem. Sometimes we're looking so hard for something, and the truth is, it's right there in front of us. You ever get that? You're looking like the person who walks around with his glasses on his head and he goes, "Anybody see my glasses?" And his wife's laughing. She's laughing at him. You know? These things are unbelievable. These are a power bar. I have to show you this. It's called Pure Protein. The only place I can find these is Target and Walmart. And they're so good. You don't want to lose a drop. And here we go. What did I tell you? They started here, pushed it up, brought it back, stayed higher. Pushed it up, pulled it back, almost the same place. So you can see what's happening here. And one of these times, one of two things is going to happen. You're going to see a large push or a large pullback. The question is, it's scary and you don't want to get caught. So let's see if right now we can push past this trend line. I think they're having problems. There's 50,000. That's 85. That's about 100,000 right there. A little more than 100,000. 25. That's 60. That's 110. Remember, and coming down, 100, 180. So we got a little bit more to go. It's going to try to push a little bit further each time. Let's see if it can. If it can't, and he keeps doing this, he's going to take his profit and he's going to pull back because he could be in from here, right there, right here in this area here. You don't know. You've got right here 900,000, 200,000, 260, 60, 330, 340, 340, 410, 410, 410, 460, 560, 600,000 shares approximately going up right there. So somebody's got a lot of money still sitting in this in the upward direction. And when they drop it, they'll drop big. That's where they're going to make their money. They're still holding. You're talking about people that have 100 million, 50 million, 30 million, people who can manipulate the stock. But a guy's got $150 million and a guy's got 30 million trying to manipulate it. The guy with the 150 can kick his ass. He can actually take some of his money. These guys are good. They're really good. They don't leave themselves open for the big, they look to make $1 million a day. If they can make $1 million or $2 million a day, it's amazing. I know people in the crypto make 100,000 a day like it's nothing, maybe even more. All right. Right now, I'm not playing with that. I'm at a standstill. Okay. I bet you Bitcoin after about a year is back to 50, 60,000 again. All right, look at the pullback here. We hit it again, went right to the top of our trend. 411.92. That's why I said 412. 412 is your resistance. We get close. I could have made it. Remember before I said maybe 411.90, 95, but I left it at 412 because that is the target. But right now, what do these big? See the black arrow, red arrow? Got to do some study up on back on what these big arrows mean in the scalper alert pro. This is the pro. The white ones are just the TTM squeeze. All right. You've got, well, that's the squeeze, but with the scalper alert, this is the scalper alert pro. It'll give you the reds, the blacks, reds. There's other colors too. There's brown. They all have a great meaning of power. Why? It shows that it's going to push up. See, if you look on the bottom here, you can see we're down. It's just waiting. When we want to see this start to go into green, that'll put us into the squeeze. It could be a squeeze down. You see on the bottom, squeeze down, and then to the squeeze up. You need that green. Right now, we don't have that. We shouldn't be, it's got to go from red to green to put us in the squeeze. It's doing the same thing. Up, down, up, down. It's like they're waiting for you. And they can see every move you make, big or small. They've got so many monitors. Think about it. You may be sitting with 2 monitors, 3 monitors. I've got 4 monitors. But they could be watching with 8 to 10 monitors. They can see things that you don't even know they're waiting and watching. They may be trading the stock and watching how many people, where the options are going. You just don't know. Oh, I duplicated it. Okay. All right. I duplicated. Where did it go? Is it here? It is. It just reached 411.96. There it goes. There it goes. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? The large push is coming. That's exactly what I said. It's either going to do a really large push or a really large coming down. And there it is. There is your push. There it is. Wow. Did I not call that or what? I told you it was coming. Let's bring it up to there. And what did I tell you? Our upper target. Active trader is right again. There it goes. Wow. I called that right on. We already passed the 412 there, SPY 330. Thank you. Did I not say it was going to do a quick push? It was going up. It was building slightly higher lows. It was building slightly higher lows for the push. It didn't have enough. And if you look at this now, we've got 50,000, 100,000. We got 300,000 now. That's 2 and the 100. It's 300,000. That's what he needed. That little extra 50 to 75,000 to push it. And now he's going to do the same thing again. The only difference is now we take the squeeze and we're squeezing up. You see what's happening? Every time I got to move that bottom up, shows we're squeezing up. Okay? Now you see why these trend lines are so important. This trend line really shouldn't be on the tip there. It's 412. It should be really about to here, to the solid. But that's a test to see how many shares. So like right there, you had 200,000. He knows what it takes to move it. That's what it is. It's a test. So bring it back down. Here it goes. Here's the bow and arrow. Ready? The bow's coming back, back, back. The further back he takes it, the further it's going to go forward. So sometimes he does a light one. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Then it comes down. Then the big one. Bam. Okay? And depending on which way, if he puts his arrow facing down or his arrow facing up, depending on which way he wants to go. Now again, we're back to the 13. So there's your 411.90. So 412 right now is the probably support. See, our support's all the way. We can move this up a big, great way. Let's move this up to about right there, 411. Let's say. I'm going to say, let's say, edit, support. Let's put this at 411.85 right now. And we're going to bring our resistance up to 412.25, right there. Okay, see how we've moved and which direction? We moved up. And where we headed? Up a target. There's a lower shadow right there. That's where you should have bought in. 411.97. It's probably where you should have bought in to go for a call. But let's see. Let's see what it does. I think it's going to push to 4. I think we're going to go for it. Wow. But you got to be careful too. You don't know when he's going to get tired to the point. Oh, no, I didn't say puts now. Not yet. Wait till you hit your target. About 412.45. When it hits right here, I put 50 because I didn't want to touch the line. But this is your target right there. It may not get there. You could be right, the new guy in town. You might want to wait. If you get in now and it goes up, I would still wait. Because the truth is, I think we're going to come back down. I think we have a lot of area to drop. And you have to say to yourself, all right, Fed Bar says, we are looking carefully at a commercial real estate risk. That's real negative, okay? So what should that do to the, we got a real estate risk. What does that mean? Is the bottom going to fall out on real estate, or is it going to still keep going higher and higher? I don't know. President Biden, McCarthy aides discussing title work requirements for welfare programs. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I got to take my eye drop. Hold on. Okay. I got special eye drops that keep my eye open. Give me 1 second. Okay. That should do it, hopefully. All right. I didn't get the whole drop, but it should work. I have what's called a droopy, my left eye droops. And what it does is it closes up. So I'm watching with one eye. And this, it's a cosmetic eye drop. They're expensive too. I was able to get a prescription, got a prescription and went straight to the company. And they wrote it for me. I think it's the type of thing, yeah, I had to put my license up. They make like they have their own doctors who just okay it. And there's your pullback. So the new guy in town might be right. We'll see. I still think we're not finished yet, but we'll see. We hit, what did we hit? We hit 412.32. That could be it, or it could go one more shot. We'll have to see. And there's my support getting hit right now. Remember, I've made it 85. Let's see what happens. It's got an upper and lower doji right now, so anything can happen. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to activate this and bring it down to this doji here. The other one's like a freak doji right there. Okay. Even though that doji's high, I think it was an over push. And then this one here, oh, I don't want that. Wrong. Let's do this. Let's activate this down to the low point right there. Okay. Remove, cancel right. And let's just see. I want to try to see if we can predict the squeeze in direction. Right there. See what's happening? We're stepping up. We're still stepping up. Cancel left. So we stepped up here from the morning. Remember? Came across. Then it went up. And now we got one more step up right from here. And of course, that's why we hit that high. And it's getting a little tighter. I could draw one from here to here, but I think it's going to throw a false step in there. I'm going to leave it from the step here. Yeah, let's see. That way. See? Just for a second. Just want to see how this looks. Remove left. All right, this is our daily right there. It could be brought up to here, but I think it's better on the solid. I think that was a freaking, there it is. There's the dropout. Okay. See what he's doing. And that shows me right there. See the downward? And that's what it did. It dropped down. So he hit the peak. That was as high as he wanted to take it. We never hit that target. Not yet, anyway. That's it. That was a big drop. Big drop. And you know what? I can lose that line now. That's a big drop. Remove the drawing. This one here, we just extend to the right. And then we want to activate it. To there. Are you confused? Or do you understand? Very confusing at this point. There's the big drop. Let's see if we can hold the VWAP at this point. Well, there you go. Crashed right through. And I said to you, eventually, we had a long way we could drop. Get back to 411 on the day. And here we are back to 411.65 already. But it's trying to hold that VWAP. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Let's go into 3 minute. We have more of a watch on this. Still got that upward step. If it holds that VWAP, we could see one more shot. It's early. It's only 12:49. Anybody had lunch? I'm looking at the top gainer stock. I love that trade ideas he's got. That's such a great thing. What a great tool. I wonder if he has to put those stocks in there or if it automatically generates them. Probably. Great program. But it's expensive. I think trade ideas, to have it, you can get the setup. He actually gave it away at one time. I think I have the setup somewhere. But you can actually, I think it's about $100 a month. Anybody here have trade ideas? Even the basics that you can use that chart? You know how much it is a month? You think fake out, breakout from recent close up? Yeah, exactly. Well, that's exactly what's been happening. They're fake outs, fake out, fake out, fake out, come down, fake out, come down. All these high dojis testing to see how much it needs to get to there. These people are smart. They are very smart. Give me 1 second. I love it. Missed call. Unknown. Block call. Block call. I got this program. I put it back in. Should I answer? Thing works. I call back these numbers. Let's see, I'll dial it. I'll dial the number and it won't even go through. Watch. 1, 2, 3, dialing. Let's see, this one going through. Who's this? That one was actually a live call. Get healthy. Okay, I think that's through my insurance company. All right, that one did go through, so it's a good number. It's very rare. Here we go. Still trying to hold. We got above. We held the VWAP. Okay. We touched it. We're trying to come back on the 3 minute. Look at it again on the 1 minute. Looks a big difference. All right, went across. Still pulling down. It's still trying. I think we got one more clip going up. What do you think, guys? And 5 minute? See, it still shows down. But down to where? If we hold this trend line, it's going to go back up. If it actually get tighter and it'll squeeze up, we might hit that upper target. We're still above. I'm going to leave it on a 5 minute for a few minutes. We're still above that VWAP. But remember, it's going to show down. I'm willing to bet it's still going to show down on 1 hour. See it? There's your red. Down. 15 minutes. Down. See? Red. 10 minute. That's 5 minutes. 5 minutes showing down. 10 minutes showing down. And the only one that might show up is your 1 minute. No, yep, there it is. See? Lower doji going up for the minute. And it's hitting the 13. But if you were a gambler man on the 5, well, there's your reversal, finally. All right? There's your reversal. My support should be 75. Just a little bit lower. It is holding. Let's just go to 80. Right there, 80, 85. And my resistance now is 25. Is 412.25. Let's see if we can even get near there. We're getting tighter. As you see, we're going to get tighter. There's from doji to doji. I use this top, not this one. It's like it's not like a real top. I mean, technically it is. We did hit that score of 412.31. And if you went back later, I don't know if we can see it still. 412. You go into your time. Yeah, you can't get back in there. Can't get back that far. 412. I should have checked it before. I waited too long to see where we really hit. Wonder why you can't go back further. I don't like that. Still trying. Still trying. You had 500. That's on 5. It's about 100,000. So above average. Your average minute on your average minute on this stock is 89. About 90,000 shares traded per candlestick is your average. How's GDC? Is it still? Oh, look at that. 801. Dex probably beating his head. 801. He would have been up about $5,000 if he had just held. He got clobbered and he should have waited. I told all of you it was coming back down, didn't I? I said just hold. They're going to take their profit. It was a pump and dump. There is no news. 12 days ago. It'll still come down further than it's at. It's going to drop all of a sudden. You watch. Mark my words. At about 2:30, 3 o'clock, you're going to watch that thing drop. From $7.99, when did it open? Open at $7. It could drop another dollar. Another dollar. I'm going to watch it later and see if I'm right. I got a feeling. MICS still up 68 cents. What else was I watching this morning? What is this one? COYA. Somebody asked me to look at this morning on Koya. It jumped up really high to $8. No, yeah, $8. I told him if it doesn't hold above 775, $8 is your resistance. It's going to come back down. I was right, but he caught me off guard. I wasn't watching it when he hit me with it. Top. Let me get out of Top. Lost all its finances. There's nothing happening with Top Group. What the heck's going on with that? They shut down. Stock tied to Hong Kong's basement coming rockets 441%, and that's it. It just stopped. There's nothing today. I'll keep an eye on that. Tesla. Let's see what else. Nvidia today did really well. Nvidia is up $8. SPY is down $1.11, $1.04. Let's see. That means the SPX is down $6. So you can see right there, if it's down 6 and this is 1, it's 6 to 1. 6 to 1. That's why puts are probably winning today. But that was earlier this morning. 365 on this GDC. This is $1. Let's change those. And 6, change that. Okay, we're good. Next up. He's still doing his boot camp? Wow. Upcoming news for Big Pharma Catalyst. Huh. He didn't put that in here, did he? He did. I was just going to put that in. Okay. He must have popped in for a second while I was out there looking. All right. And like I said, it's not done yet. You can see this. It's so choppy. We're still in an upward. We're still in an upward. Even though we're declined for the day, it's because we had a good start in the morning. If you want to go to a real position, we could go to about here and say, you know what? Look at this. Resistance here, 412.11, 412.11, 412.07, and we pop through. And right now, we're right there. I think we're still going there. I think we're going to try. But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, I think unless there's some news I think all the news has been negative. Yeah, Fed Williams says current banking situation is nothing like the 2008 banking crisis. Well, thank God for that, right? And you at the Yellen meeting with the bank CEOs, including J.P. Morgan's Don and Citigroup, phrase is set for Thursday in Washington. That should be interesting. They got to be talking about the debt ceiling. Is that still rocketing? we don't know what's happening with that, right? Does anybody know what the outcome? I didn't watch the news for the last 4 days. I know Yellen was talking about the debt ceiling. We have to do something about it because we cannot go bankrupt. That would just be, something on the world. Thank you, TT. I appreciate that. It feels good to be back. It does. It feels good to be in the seat again. I'm in the active trader seat. If you don't know me, folks, and you're new here, I am the active trader, and this is my world. Welcome to it. I bring you in my bedroom, girls. No, I'm just kidding. Such a bad boy. I was a bad boy as a kid growing up. I don't even want to tell you half of what happened. I'll tell you the other half. Forget it. Just kidding. All right, here we go. He wasn't kidding. That was a time to grow up. I got to tell you, I wouldn't trade the music of your time for the music of my time. I know a lot of you are a little older, but there's some of you that are younger in here. But your music, I'm telling you, some of that mechanical shit. I mean, some of the new stuff is great. Like some of the country. I don't know the hard rock stuff anymore. I don't watch it. But Florida Georgia Line, stuff like that. Wow. There's some other greats. I still love Keith Urban. Leteste for what? McCarthy rejected Late's Biden leaving the country and meeting or going to Canova video. Yeah, he's got to leave the country because he's got nothing to do here. We want to put him on the border. Put him in a chair, just like, they won't even shoot him. They know that he is so stupid that they have it going down. Oh, if Keith Urban is your neighbor, Don, then you live somewhere around Franklin, Tennessee, right? Am I close? Somewhere between Franklin and Nashville. I love Keith Urban, man. He's the man. He really is. I saw him in concert, one of the best concerts I've seen in over 20 years. And I've been to over 300 starting in 1968. 14 years old. Henderson on the Lake. He has two houses. Yeah. And cars, a lot of cars. He likes to do his little muscle cars, but they're not muscle. It's like, convertibles, and he's such a great guy. You ever run into him? He's the man. I'd feel so at home if I was with him. I would. He's me. Relaxed. He doesn't have to dress up. He wears t-shirts with emblems. He's just a cool guy. Really is. Anyway, I don't want to get off topic here. Keep an eye on this. Remember, it's going to go up a little. It'll pull back. We're waiting for that one more push. We're waiting for that one big push. But when it does, I believe it. What color? Don't tell me red. He likes blue. It was a blue? I'd never seen a blue Ferrari. What color was the Ferrari? Red. That's what I said. Probably a red. Love the guy. And you know why? Because when they resell it, red is the color that has the highest resale on a Ferrari. Listen, the guy's worth $80-90 million, but his wife is worth over $200 million. You know what? She's a great actress. Really good. What a good couple. I'm happy. She's funny as shit. She really is. I've seen her on Comedy Hour. Very, very funny girl. Anyway, okay. There used to be a program with the California state police, and there was a guy in there. He's blonde hair. He's also from Australia. They're all good friends. I can't think of his name. He's the thinker, or there's a name. Oh, I know. I've seen pictures of it. I was just talking about that. Deck just came in talking about the debt ceiling. Was I not just talking about that? Exactly. We need to know Biden and McCarthy to meet over the debt ceiling. He should listen to McCarthy, but he won't just because McCarthy's a Republican. McCarthy's a smart guy. He really is. I like him. He's a good, you know what? He's a good, I don't know how he stands with Trump. I hope he stands good. I think that there's a good chance that Trump could be our next president again. Still. I'm hoping he is. I like DeSantis. Not enough people know him. I'm really hoping, and I had something I saw. I kept saying to my wife, it's just too bad. I'd like to see Trump get together with DeSantis as the vice president. Then Trump only has one more shot if he gets in, and DeSantis will be left in a position to be our president for 2 more terms after. That's what we need. Make him vice president, and then, I know he doesn't want to be Secretary of Treasury because he doesn't want to travel. He loves his wife too much. Trump for sure will win. I agree. George Soros endorsed DeSantis, so I don't like that. Well, I can't believe that. That's amazing. George Soros endorsed DeSantis. I did not see that. Wow. Why would George Soros? Wow. You know, by doing that, it would get a lot of Democrats to vote for him. They know they don't want Trump in. They are so afraid of Trump getting in. That's what it is. Yeah, it still could happen to see him the vice president. Is that what you're saying? I cannot believe that. Where did you hear that? No, George Soros did not endorse. That's a rumor. It's a rumor. Here it is, rumor guard. George Soros on DeSantis. It's false. It's not true. Okay. That is incorrect. I didn't think he would do that, to be honest. That is incorrect. So, where are I? Where did you say that? Okay. There you go. I just took it off. Claimed by social media post, fast check is false. It is not true. Lobar, problem is we keep on writing checks we don't have funds for. I wouldn't be surprised if we default. But if we default, then we go into bankruptcy, and we're already under like A minus in as ratings. We already lost our AAA rating. What's going to happen is right now you got the New World Order falling in place with Russia, China, Korea, North Korea, and now Saudi Arabia falling into place. You got that with new currencies, with China being the backer of the world, where the United States was the backer. They're laughing at us right now. And why wouldn't they? I'm laughing too. How the fuck did we ever put somebody in like Joe Biden to destroy our country like he's doing? People are so stupid. How they could ever vote for that man. What an ignoramus. And then he puts a bigger ignoramus in than he is, knowing that they wouldn't take him out because they would be stuck with her. Unbelievable. Perhaps, but sometimes you need to take a step back to take two forward. I think that's in a song. Take two steps back and one step forward. Keith Urban. In one of Keith Urban's songs, he talks about a step back and two forward. I think it's Keith Urban. It's not, it's Florida Georgia Line. Two steps. It's got to be Keith Urban. Keith Urban. I can't remember the song. Lobar, we're in such trouble in this country, you know. And the reflection is right now. I don't believe. You know what I find so hard to believe on this end is how the SPY can be so high where it's at now. Remember, the highest the SPY's ever been is what, like 487. Anybody know what was the high of the SPY? Let's see. What was SPY? 411. Let's see, what was the high? Can't find it here. How do we go back? 52 week. 431 is 52 week. Can't go back further than that. We have to go back. Let's see. 5 years. Let's see. What do we got? 5 years. 466. 474. That's about right. Somewhere around there. 474. Is that right for the SPY? With the high of the SPY being at 474, and don't hold me exact price, okay? Could be a little higher or lower. 474.96, December 31st, 2021. Okay, that was the high. Because even after Trump left, whatever happens or Trump set in place in the first 6 months after, up to a year, could have an effect on the markets, and it did. And it continued to rise. I'm not saying that Trump made it rise because the SPY has been rising 10 years prior to him even getting in. Even during Obama's time, if you look at the SPY, it was gradually going up and up and up over the last 15 years. And I'm looking at a map now, from 2019, where we had a low at about 410, went up higher. Can we go back further? I'm trying to look on this chart. I don't think I can on this chart. Max, let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so if you go back to even, here we go, 2009, 2013. From 2009, we're at $69. And by 2021, we were at 4,074. That's so amazing. 2022. January, we're at 4. That's wrong. It says January 7th, 2022, we hit 466. Wow. It's been going. If you look over the last even 20 years, it's gradually been going up and up and up and up. Had a big full pullback probably during COVID. When is this? This is, here we go. April 3rd, 2020, right in the middle of COVID, right? We had a big pullback. The whole world probably pulled back there. All right, let me go back to where I was. Uh-oh. I got rid of that. Hey, I'm back. You see me? Election season to really pick up. It's my favorite reality show. I hate it. I can't stand it anymore. I'm voting one more time and I'm done. I'm giving up my right to be an American citizen. If my man doesn't get in, I'm just like totally, I've had it. Can't take it. You guys see the chart pretty good? I'm able, since I'm doing this on my laptop, to put everything in high definition. I don't usually watch everything in high definition because I watch it on these other monitors that are old and they don't have high def. But because I have high def, you traders can actually put this up to 1080 by 60. If you have high def, you'll see it. Saint, what's up? Thank you. I appreciate that, Saint. We still need to talk. I didn't forget you. I called you twice. You know that. You owe me a call. Just letting you know. You owe me a call, buddy. I'm here if you need me. For a lot of you, you're still on a list for one-on-one. I will be getting back to doing that more readily. So if any of you still want that one-on-one sessions, whether it's for Think or Swim, whether it's for to get in touch for the Pro on the Squeeze Pro, which I sell for $100, just let me know on the side. Don't put it on the board. We'll talk on the side. All right. Anybody who wants one-on-one, needs help setting up. I only do Ameritrade with Think or Swim. I'll help you set up the whole thing with all the charts. There's a lot more charts. You've got the all products chart that you need to learn. I teach you how to use that properly. How to pick the right contract. I've done lessons on how to pick the right contracts. Too bad I didn't label them, for each one in what do you call it? And then you got, where's that? That's the charts, the watch list. Color coding your watch list. So when you come in here, you can go like this. And look at that. I can change my stocks. There's GDC still dropping. What did I tell you before? $7. What did I say? I said to you before earlier that this was going to hit $7. Okay? Look where it's at. It was at $8.25, $8.50, and I said $7. I went to here, and I told you $6.59, $6.50. This is going to keep dropping. If you'd listened to me over here, right about here, at $8.50, $8.60, I told you guys $7. Look at it. Look at it now. Look what it hit. Right there, $7.12, $7.10. So I called that right. There's a great alert that I gave earlier on GDC. All right. But here's the part of the watch list that I love, that you can color code, and then you can go anywhere. I can go to Apple, I can go to Baba. Any stocks that I put in here that I deem necessary to watch on a daily basis. Then I got to find the one I want the most, which is SPY, and it's in the red. See, I always do it from color code. I do it from highest percentage for the day to the lowest. In the morning, I set it up with highest volume. All right. SPX doesn't capitulate that way. So SQQ, Tesla, has the most amount of shares traded today. Out of the stocks in my watch list, I'm not saying there are other stocks that may not be higher, but I leave it in high to low during the day. This tells me easy to borrow, which stocks I can short. You can see there's a lot of them in here, but I also have a list, my personal, of shortable stocks. So every one of these is shortable. I can go in there and play with any one of these. Some of them, if they went the other way, I just take them out. Sometimes they go off, like this one here is gone. Camp is gone temporarily. It's blanked out. But I can go look at the highest RSI and say, 80, PHM, PR, not this one. This one's not shortable. It don't belong in here. It's gone. Okay. But I can look at PHM and say, you know what? This stock's so high up, but it's still moving too. Look at this. But eventually, it's got a very hard RSI. So do these. Look at these stocks. 78, 78. I can take Lilly, come on, any one of these and maybe short them, and eventually in the next week make money because they're so high on the RSI. All right, but let me go back to my default. There we go. I even have one for stocks that are actually just more. What do you call that? Oh my God! What a brain fart. Stocks that are have option watch list. Okay, I have an options watch list with different stocks in the options. All right, I go back to my SPY. That's SPX. SPY. Okay, there you go. That was quick enough. And look at that. I walked away from the chart on the 5-minute, and it's still pretty much the same. We're almost back to the top of that doji that I don't want to leave in the thing. I could go back to it. But you see what's happening? The squeeze is getting tighter and tighter. And this, watch this, it's going to get even tighter right now. Watch. I'm going to bring it up right to the lines there, right underneath. Okay. So right now, something's got to happen. It's going to happen very soon. Whatever it is, it's going to happen. Somebody asked me, what do I do every morning before I trade? What do I look for? And that's a good question. One of the first things I do in the morning, besides turn everything on, set up everything, I set up all my screens, all right? One of the first things that I do before 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock usually when I get up now. I used to get up earlier. I was always up by 7, but I don't do much stock trading in the morning. But I do look. I go into Benzinga. And I go to benzinga.com and I go to, let me show you, all right? Copy this. Let's go. Oh, I can't do it here. Let's be the other one. Give me a second. Give me a second. Is it in here? It's not. Let's give me 1 second. benzinga.com/pre-market. Give it to me. Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I go in here. All right. This is one of the, I like Benzinga. You can go wherever you want. There's other places like this. I'm not trying to compare. I go in here and I look at the morning, and this is the one thing you got to deal with when you don't pay for it. Okay, pop-ups. I go in here and I go from the highest percentage, see, lowest, highest, and I look at the top stocks. Now look what it said. This is from the morning. GDC, APLD, WPR, but that's a penny stock. I don't play those. LGL penny stock. If you like penny stocks, they have them in here too. PHIO and MICS. I go down about the first 10 or 50. Here's Koya from this morning. You can even pull this up. Take a look. And I take these, and what I used to do, I don't do it anymore. I used to take the first, let's say 1, 2, 3, except penny stocks. I don't use those. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, to about 12, sometimes 13. And I'll take every one of these symbols and put them in my watch list. And whichever one goes to the top, I keep. Whichever one goes to the bottom, I take out. All right? So that's what I do. But there's other things in here. You can go look at pre-market, after hours, movers for the day, whether you're looking at Forex, cannabis. I love this. I love this. Markets, pre-market. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Go back. Okay. News. You got earnings. There's your earnings reports, IPOs for the day. Here's another thing I look at in the morning. What IPOs are opening up for that day? So here today is the 16th. There's only one, was SGE. So much was going on that SGE may not have gotten any attention. Okay, come on. Hate this. All these pop-ups suck. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. No thanks. Okay, I knew it was in there. So SGE, all right? So I can take this now and I can go into here and I can say, what did SGE do today? Let's see if it was a good IPO to watch. Oh, I put one letter too many. SGE. Here we go. Where is it? It did say SGE. There it is. SGE. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them. This isn't right. Hold on. Let's go back to 1 minute for a second. Let's go back to where that was. IPO. It says SGE. Range, days range, $3.70. So I'm looking for the one in, hold on. SGE. SGE. There it is. Finally came up. So you can see as an IPO this morning, when it opened, here it was. It opened up high and it went down and popped up once and came down. It didn't have enough. See, 8,000, 14,000. This did not get. Why didn't it get the recognition today? Because there was so much happening in the market in other areas that this IPO fell right through the cracks. All right? But sometimes you watch an IPO and it's the most amazing thing that if you get in just right and it's the type of thing that's going to go, okay, it'll go really big. You can make a lot of money. The only thing with an IPO is you cannot really find out how much of a float that it has. I don't care where you look, it's not going to tell you. So I have a place that gives me an idea sometimes. And here it is, shares outstanding, public float, not available. 7 million shares outstanding, PE ratio, nothing. There's no information on it. And the place that I go to is Wall Street Journal. Let's see if I can get it in there. wallstreetjournal.com/data/any stock. We'll just put the SPY in there. Okay. Let's see. If I take that now, let's see if it works. If not, I'll get rid of it. Not found. Okay. Let's just get rid of a little bit of it. Okay. Quotes. Come on. Come on. Sign in. I'm trying to find this for you guys. Look at the pullback on the SPY. US. World. Business. I'm trying to find it. All right. One more thing. Let me try something else. I'm having a hard time finding it. wallstreetjournal.com/markets. Okay, not found. Unbelievable. Let's just try wallstreetmarket.com. All right, that's good. Search. I'm gonna search, and let's look for. I think I got it. Let's just look up what's a good stock to look at. Tesla, just so I can get in. Okay, this is the page I want. Advanced search. It's Tesla. What's a good stock? GDC. It's not giving me what I want. Press releases. Found. I don't know why it's not working. I can't get in. All right, let me try it a different way. Let's take this. I know it's working. Let's put it in the room. Try something else. Okay, we got that. Now we go click. Okay, that worked. See, now I can take this. I like the Wall Street Journal because what it does, a lot of times, it'll tell me in here. This is what I look for. I put the stock in that I want. There's a place to put it in up. Where is it? Come on. It's doing a lot of weird things right now. But it should give me here. It gives me in here, but it shows you there's nothing on this particular stock. How do I change this? It didn't give me the part where I can. Oh, here it is. So let's say if I go in here, I go to Oxy, which I know is Oxy Petroleum. All right. When I open this up, oh, you know what? Let's go into the new one today. All right. This is how I found this. Let's go into GDC. But this thing, when everything else fails me, oh shoot, come on. Isn't GDC a stock? GDC? What is it? Koya? GDC. That's really weird. GDC. There it is. Okay. So like when I went into this one, all right, a lot of times I'll go into, I think I went into finance. You see right there? Shares outstanding, public float, 811,000. The other one showed me 793, but it's close enough. A lot of times when you can't find a public float, the Wall Street Journal. So I would save that thing I left you in the page, on the thing, save that somewhere because it is really a great sauce that I use. So somebody asked, it all started, what do I do in the morning? All right. And by the way, just real quick to get back to this, you can see the pullback is to where, and that's the important part here. The pullback is to the VWAP right there. All right. So we're still holding the VWAP as long as we hold that VWAP. But the way this is looking, it's getting weaker and weaker. Okay. I got a feeling that if I looked at it and it does what I think it's going to do, I'm going to take this and let's see if I can find it. There it is. Uh-oh, he's doing it again, folks. He's going to do the active step. Right to the top of that doji. All right, I want to get rid of that forward right extension. It's a little too high. That's perfect. See what's happening here. You see the squeeze now, it's going down. We're starting to squeeze down. We're starting to squeeze back down. So every time we squeeze up, see what's happening? It's getting tighter and tighter. I think eventually we're going to see a big push down. Remember, I told you we have a big way we can drop. Back here, we were down to 411. And I think that's where we're going to end up around 411. Okay, get rid of this and put that back there. So you asked, what do I do in the morning? One more time, TT or whoever it was. I go to Benzinga first, and I take the top 15 stocks, and I put it in order of highest to lowest. And I take 10, and I'll just put 10 symbols into my, when I'm doing stocks, that's what I do. If I'm doing options, I don't have to worry about anything until about 8:30 to 9 o'clock, okay? And that's why I started getting up later. I'm getting older. I deserve a little more sleep. I get up a little later. Unfortunately, today, I overslept. I probably needed it. So I got up this morning early at 7 to say goodbye to my wife, and I fell back to sleep. And my watch went off at 7:30, which it usually does to wake me up. I clicked it off, and I didn't wake up till about 8:46 or something like that. I went, oh my God. Oh no, I'm sorry. I think it was about 9:10. And I went, oh my God, whatever time it was. I go, I can't believe this. What am I doing? And then I tried to open my room, and I got private. Everything wouldn't open, so it took me extra time. But thank God I wasn't opening till after deck anyway. And Deck hadn't seen me, and he just announced that I was opening at noontime, which I came in earlier. I just was having a problem opening it up. But we're good now. So in the morning, I say go for BenzingaFirst.com. All right. Benzinga has a lot of things. Also, a lot of the news that we get right in here, believe it or not, this news, if you open one of them up and look at the bottom, let's see if it says. Sometimes they'll tell you. Let's see. Our news is generated by, it's not saying, but I think it is Benzinga is generating the news for Ameritrade. So if you have Ameritrade, that's where your news is coming from anyway. So Benzinga has good news too. There's nothing better than actually getting your news from a PR department where you're paying for it. And that's how a lot of these people, when you see a bum rush on a stock, you're always 30 seconds, a minute late. Say, wish I could get in when everybody, how do they know? It's because they got news being generated. And you got a couple of seconds to do some important stuff. You got to get that symbol into Yahoo Finance, okay? And then the first thing in Yahoo Finance is to go to statistics. First thing, it could take seconds. You put up any stock for me, and I will repeat back what's in there quickly. I can look at the float. I just hit one just now. I opened it up. There's 592,000. That's MICS. Then I go back to summary real quick. And I see 6 hours ago I had news. Probably when it came up, it would have said 30 minutes ago. Wow, Fort Lauderdale company. That's where I live. Singing Machine announces termination of its at-the-market equity program. All right, so what happened? I don't know why. The stock took off or it came down. So went from a previous open $1.27. Right now, where is it at? $1.59. So it did go up. But it's a local company to me. But I look at the statistics because I want to know the float. The float's going to tell me that the lower the float, the more this is going to move when it first happens. So let's take a quick look at MICS just for a second, if you don't mind. I mean, I know we're trying to watch this, but it's going to come back up again real soon on the SPY. MIC, what did I say? S? MIC. Did I say S? MIC. Where is it? Where is it? MICS. I hit the wrong one up there. MICS. Okay, there we go. MICS. So you can see in the morning what happened. The news came out, and boom, the thing shot up to 250. All right? And then it slowly started to come back. So if you had that news very quickly at here, somebody got the news. What time is that? 9:30? Let's go back to our news here. And there's squeeze stocks. Let's see. What's today's date? Is 5/16. All right, 5/16. Then you can see all the past news from it. 5/16. What we're trying to find out is, here we go. 7 o'clock, it was already getting news. There it is. 5/12. Sewing machine announces termination, blah, 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 blah. The singing machine company shares a trading hinting halted. You'd have to understand what all this news means. Why singing machine shares are surging today. Okay. All right, that tells you after the fact. But at 10:40, 9:30, 9:13. So right as the bell, 9:13, they already knew. And at the opening, look, stock did nothing. Okay, MICS. 1, 2, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, nothing. And all of a sudden, what do we got? 7. Oh, that was pre-market. Oh, that went up in pre-market. Here it is. 1 minute. It went first minute, very little. Second minute, bam. And that's where it hit, right there in that second minute at 9:32. And look at the news on the bottom. 9:32 and 40 seconds. It came out with news and the thing popped. And then I think it must have halted. So if I look right now and I go to my halts, all right? If I go to halts right now, let's copy this. And then we go back into, there's you. And yeah, it looks like it's a halt. Looking at it, I'm going to bring this into you right now. And let's look at our halts for the day. All right, let's see. It went so far, it had a halt. It was too low of a stock. Where is it? There it is. Bingo. Look at the time. 9:32. MICS. How did he know that? Just by looking at a chart, I can tell that it halted. And it only halted once. That's it. Just one time. All right? So one time. Take that address, by the way, and keep it somewhere. Always know, all right? Always know your halt. I always list it for Dex Room. Halt. What do we call that? Halt page. All right. So keep that. It's good reference. You can open it up. And I just saw, when I look at this right here, and I see space. Look at this from here, 9:31, and probably 5 minutes. So 9:36 is 7. Didn't do anything. This is 1 minute. About 9:41. It's probably 9:40 to 41. That's the opening and closing. So right there, you could see there was a 5-minute halt. And that was the last halt. So it halted. Can you imagine if you were in here in the halt up? They always say on the second halt, go for it. There's a halt strategy. On stocks that go up, on the first halt, if you miss it, get in on the second halt. Never get on the third halt. But there are times a third and a sixth halt will pay off. And that's usually on an IPO, on a stock that's just jamming and going up and up and up. Okay? Those halts are different. But on regular stocks that just halt because of news, okay, you want to get in the first, second halt. Here there was only one halt. After that, it kind of evened off, and it went up. So from here, from 190, it did hit 250, and that's it. And now we're down back to 157. But on this stock here, I don't believe I could short it. So if I go look now at my watch list, and where's MICS? I don't know if I ever put it in here because I really wasn't watching it. But MICS, let's put it in there. None to buy. See? None to borrow. So I couldn't have shorted this. This is the kind of stock, when it hit that high of the day, bam, that's where you short the stock. And in this case, it would have brought you from 250 down to 2, would have made 50 cents. You would have got a little nervous and probably gotten out. It was too slow moving. But again, it came back to 170. And it went back up. It had one more jolt to 206, which is a fake out breakout. And then bam, look where we're at now. Still dropping 156. And where were we in pre-market? 95 cents yesterday. Or what was yesterday? Monday. 95 cents yesterday. So there's a good chance the stock's coming back down. All right? Nothing's going to stay up. Nothing that great that's going to keep it where it's at. Okay, we went bearish on this stock. You can see now the SPY went bearish on us. All right, so we're going to take this line, bring it to there. Okay, and let's take this line. And like the active trader said, eventually to do it from, really I need it from there. So let's do that and take this. I need, wait a second, I know what I need. Activate it again. Let's bring this to the speed bump. That's the tip right there. If I bring it to there, I do another active step. I'm going to cancel my right drawing, cancel right extension. I'm going to draw one more, this, and I'm going to bring it from here. Watch. And now you can see the steps. Remember the steps going up in the morning on the SPY? Now you're seeing the steps coming back down. Boom, and cancel the left. Okay, so you can see now, here's our daily, here's a step down, here's another step down, slight step down. And I like things perfect, so there you go. There you go. So you can see the step down and now a next step down. And that's where we're at. And I told you earlier, if we didn't hit that target, our target became this high point here, which was close, 412.25. I said 412.50. So this time I was off, but it did go where in the direction I expected it to go. All right. But now it's coming back down. And how much of a fall do we have? We got here at 411.02. And I told you earlier, I saw 411. And where's my lower target? 410.75. I only put it there because I didn't want to touch this line. And where is it at? 410.89. I'm going to bring this up a little bit. Let's activate it. No, let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way. Let's edit it, and let's put it at 411. That's my call. Wherever it lands, that's my call. 411. That's where we're going to end up, right there. And we could end up here. That's where they're shooting for. That's what it'll be. But that's if, could be later. If we never get this, we're going to get this by the end of the day. And my feeling is, you see what's happening? We're descending from the day we started. We're descending, and now we have a slight more descent right here. It's going to move up and down. It's going to move up and down. See, right now that other line is almost back into play above. So we'll see. We'll see. What do I mean by that? Remember this one here? If I extend to the right, you see? So from this line here, we came down. We're still down. Now we're back up to the line. Take a look at it. So right now I can actually remove this. Why? Because if I need another step down, I can take it from here. And then all I do is I take this, you see this here, and I bring this now to about here. There's my line right there. And I can do a new step at this point because we came back to that step that I made. Now it shows we're trying to come back up a little. Let's see what happens. It's trying to hold the VWAP. Can you all see that? How's today been? Good for anybody? How you all doing? I don't got hot in here. Let me just hit that thermometer down. One more. Warm. One second, folks. Just checking to see where you are. That's my girl. I love my baby girl. Such a good girl. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up. I was checking to see where I turned the thermometer down to 75. I want to see where my cat was. She's right behind me under the bed. She loves to be around me. She loves to listen. I think she'd make a good trader. She's sure listening to me long enough. She talks to me too. All right, where am I? Okay. Just want to check something real quick. 87. I have so much merchandise from my past business that I'm also running an eBay business. I finally got it back up to about 151 items on eBay. Oop, there's one sending offer. Okay, give me a second. Oh, I can't go much lower than that. Damn. Let's see. 5%. Give me 1 second. I got to make an offer. 18.95. Sometimes people are looking at my merchandise, so I have to make an offer lower than I really want. But I'm trying to move this stuff out of here before I die. I've got about 5,000 items, and I only got 150 listed. Actually, yesterday in between, or the day before, I put 20 something items up in the last 2 days. So I'm trying to get it back up there. I make an extra 1,000 a month just doing it. I used to make a lot more. I used to make about $60,000 cash free for 20 hours of work. I had to open up 3 accounts in different names. It's over 20,000, they declare it. So if you keep it at $19,900 in eBay, but now with Joe Biden, this new shit, you got every time you do a sale of 600, you got to declare it. He's crazy. All right, what's going on here? This is wrong. All right. 720. All right. What do we got here? Just want to check real quick. 7, 8, 9, 60. I put my hand up. I just want to see how long it takes. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 seconds. All right, we didn't change much. About 12 seconds. All right. It's Grandpa! You'll see what happened in a second. I said hello. They can't see me in YouTube. This man's getting older. Nothing I can do about it. You know what? I look in the mirror sometimes and I go, I feel like I'm 38 years old upstairs. My sharp as a tack. And then I see myself in the mirror and I go, who the heck is that guy? You know? Hard to believe I'll be dead in 10 years. Oh well. At least I got 10 more years. I figured by the time I'm 80, I should be shot out. I should be like Joe Biden, walking around like a zombie. I don't think that'll ever happen. You know what? My thought process has always been clearer at 68 than he was at 38. That's pretty sad, and he's running the country. All right, enough of Joe Biden. Schmuck. All right, so we're below. You can see we're bearish. I told you we're coming down. We're looking at 411. You know, I could take this target here. What did I say? 411. Right there. That's 411. There you go. That's what I called earlier. I said I only kept it below the other line because I didn't want to be right on it. This is really 410.90. That's where I had it on before. So I brought it up 10 cents. And that's where I think we'll end up. What do you guys think? You thinking about it or not? I wish I could play some music. They won't let me. What's Dick mad about? Huh. Well, Webinito doesn't work. Are you the person that every time you buy it goes against you? Deck, are you talking to yourself? That's what happened this morning. You went one way and it went the other. How many people have been sitting in for the boot camp, or you've already taken them? I sat through more boot camps in the last 5 years. I should do a boot camp. The active boot camp with the trader. The active trader boot camp. I don't know. What to be concerned about? You know, like somebody just asked a question in Dextro. Should I be concerned with a 1 billion float? Well, not if you're dealing with Tesla or Apple or Microsoft. It depends on the company, you know, that actually has such a large float. Where the heck did that come in? Wow, why am I doing that? That's weird. Oh, because I opened it up. All right. Turn the sound back off. Where should we worry about? What kind of floats do we look at? You know what? When we're talking about doing options with large float stocks, you don't have to worry about it. Then it has to do with the amount of volume. What is it going to take to move a stock with such a high float? We deal with the SPY. I don't even know what the float on the SPY is. I don't even know if it has a float. Does it? SPY. Let's see. I don't know if it's. Let's see. Options. No. See, there's no. It doesn't tell you that kind of. There's no statistics in there. You don't know what you're dealing with. I think it more has to do with just how many shares. It's unlimited. Does anybody know the answer? Never thought about that before. The SPY. What is there? Is there a float on the SPY? Let's see. SPY's float percentage of total shares outstanding is 41.48%. Insider ownership is the percentage of shares that are owned by companies, but they're not giving you that number. ETFs. Biggest drop in the SPY was in 1987 on October 19th, dropped 224 points. On 2020, 2000 closed at 2386, largest percentage losses. 1929. So it was 1929, 1987, and 2020. That was just during COVID. VOO in the SPY. I never heard that. What is VOO? Anybody know? VOO and IVV and SPY. All those things in this can direct your overall returns. That's interesting stuff I don't know anything about. There's a lot of things I just don't know, you know? Vanguard. Ah, that's Vanguard? VOO? Really? Oh, you know what? Let me use the Tesla one. I won't have to affect this. I got another one up here. VOO. Come on. Oh, Vanguard. Yeah, it is. Wow. Good call. Thank you, Don. And what was the other one? Was IVV. IVV. Let's get back up into that one. I don't know which mouse to grab. There's some sort of direct correlation between these stocks. IVVs is iShares Trust Core. Oh, it's S&P 500 ETF. And they're all going down. You know what? These are things, I guess, looking at this now is something worth keeping an eye on. If you watch them, it's iShares. You could see in conglomeration what's going on between these and the actual S&P. They go with the S&P or they're affecting the S&P. And what was the other one? TQQ? That one, the one that goes down? Yeah. And the other one is SQQQ. That should be going up. It is. Okay. TQQQ, IBV, and VOO. I'm going to put those in my watch list so I have them. It's VOO. The other one is IVV. Okay. Excellent. Now I'm going to go back to, let's see, SQQ in here. And TQQQ. Okay, I put them all in there. And let me go back to my Tesla. Bam. Oh shit, changed the wrong one. Huh. Okay, I got it. I see what's happening here. Put the SPY back in there. This one I gotta do manual. I did it purposely so it wouldn't change my screens. So I did it from the watch list. That's right. Okay, there we go. And Tesla's flat across right now. Tesla's not doing anything. It's in consolidation. Just like the SPY right now. It's going up and down. So bouncy. I'm going to put that up to the VWAP. Anticipation. Just that's all it is. Anticipation. Where I think it's going at the moment. Who's this? Very private. Key drive. Numbers I gotta call. That's for my tax return. My AGI page. Okay, this I gotta call. So bouncy. It's just been an unbelievable day that if you could predict this stuff, you can make a fortune. But it's very, very hard to predict what you're seeing. But on the overall, you can see we're still declining. Let's go back to the 3 minute. Way to go. There we go. So you can see, but it's still not enough. We need 5 minutes at this time. I want to see the whole chart. So you can see we started off high, which minute we were up there put us in descending all day. Even if I brought this, let's see. I didn't use that doji. I wonder how that would change anything. I wonder how that would change. Activate trend line 69. If I brought this up to there, right to the top there, that would have brought this here to this. Just want to see what the difference would be. Right there. And then I got to go back to here, the line. It would have given us another step right there. Down to here, of which we would get rid of, remove, extend, cancel left, cancel right. You see? So if we did it from here, that was the high Stoji point there. It would give us a step down to about here. And there, we're stepping down again. Perfect. So you got to step down. You're descending, another descending, and then descending here. So you can see, unless when these two even out, if this thing comes back up, that's going to bring us from here to about where we are now. You see? So if we did that other one and extended it to the right, you see, it's getting close again. We want to see if we're going to keep descending or ascending. I'm going to leave the line for right now. I'm going to leave the extended one with the step that I took it off to that point where I built this one here, and see if we extend up, then we'll know we're going back up again. If it doesn't, and we're above the VWAP, see? Keep fighting. Below, above, below, above. Look at the whole day. This is not a 5 minute. We went above, below, above, below, above, below, all day. Above. It's been a game. So if you can get your timing right, and you got a big enough account to get in and out and in and out, I will go on record saying I think June is going to be the worst month of the year for the SPY. So get your puts ready. I agree. I think we may finish May with a big spike to a hard drop in June. Stay ready. Yeah. Debt ceiling, bank failures, stagflation, a lot. And the biggest thing that he forgot to put in there is the great. Anybody? And that. The Great Recession of 2023. You don't think it's coming? It's already here. They're just not talking about it. Go look at the shelves. I was in Walmart this weekend. A lot of shelves, a lot of spaces in certain places. This week it was flour. Flour is going to be the thing. Food, wheat, flour, stuff like that. Eventually, who owns the farms? We got who owns the biggest amount of farms? 25% owned by the Chinese, 50% owned by Bill Gates, and maybe 15% of that is privately owned by some big companies, but the other 10%, it's up in the air. And now, I know one state just found out it was a triple shell company owned by the Chinese. They turned them down. They're trying not to sell to these Chinese. They're going to take over, take all our food out of this country. We're going to be starving one day. I don't think I'll be alive to see it, but there's a lot of shit going to hit the fan one day. It's coming our way. My father told me years ago, 30, 40 years ago, my father said, one day you'll wake up, it's going to be a yellow world, and they won't even have to pick up a weapon to do it. I think he's right. My father was brilliant. 30, 40 years he said that. That's right. Bill Gates owns 50%. Why? And he's in bed with the Chinese. Right? Didn't he marry Bill Gates? Is he married to a Chinese girl? Oh, that's what's his name? The guy from Facebook. They're all in bed with the Chinese. They're protected. They're the elite. They're part of the Illuminati. Believe it or don't, but they are. Okay. eBay. You've got news. No, I'm just kidding. Remember AOL used to say, you got mail. $1,666 total. My balance. I got $82.90, but I think I owe about $50 in postage. I'll leave it there. Play the game. I wonder if I got my money back this morning in PayPal. Nope. Okay, that's it on that. As a moderator, I have to moderate. No, they actually charged me to be here. They can't do that. All right, so you can see that second line right now. So when I see that happen, I get rid of this. I'll take that away and remove it because I can always build it back from a further point now. And we can see that step down has moved up a little. But you can also see, and I'm gonna widen this just a little bit. The reason I'm gonna bring it to the bottom of that doji. If you look what's happening here, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna get rid of this line. Remove drawing. And I'm gonna take this one, all right, from the bottom of the day, and I'm going to activate this, and now I'm going to bring this one to here. See? So you see, I lost a couple of steps along the way. I don't need those other steps anymore because this has come down to the point. So you can see what's happening is we are starting to build lower lows here. And you got to keep an eye on that because we could end up back here at 411.02. We could end up here at 410.95. And like I said before, there, what did I call? 411. So as you can see, we are starting to come down slowly. We lost our steps up. It did push up a little, and it gave us a little wider spread in here, which is not as tight as it was before. But we'll see if we keep bouncing now in between here. Which way? If I got to push this up or pull this down? Well, I don't know. That's to be seen. Let's extend this to the right. There you go. And let's do this. Let's go back to... You want to watch the whole day? You want to stay on 5 minutes or 3 minutes? Here's 3 minutes. Put it up. 3 minutes is watching more the now of what's happening now. Or we can do the 3 minutes. DEXA. texting me. Okay. All right. I was trying to push again, but remember, from here to here, we're still on lower. We have made lower lows. Let's see what happens. Watch out. Be careful of fake out breakouts. Okay. Just be careful. You could see one more push. It's 2 o'clock. We'll have to see what happens. All right. And I haven't been playing with this enough. My support and resistance is, let's say, 411.50 on this, because we did do lower lows. It's about right. And in here, our resistance will be, let's bring it back to 412. Let's bring it down a little bit. Let's see if it's going to push through. 411.45, 411.38, 411.45. Let's tweak it out a little bit. There you go. I like it because you have a bottom here, a bottom here. It's really like 40, 45. Yeah, right across. 40, 411.40, 411.40. Edit it down just a little more. I want to see how it looks. I'm just tweaking it. You don't have to be exact. You got a point there, here. I'm going to leave it right there. And if you, this is the whole day, from bottom of the day here to where we are now. You could bring it from here, but it wouldn't change it much. It would just spread it out a little bit more. But there it goes. There it goes. The one more shot. I told you, it's not over till it's over. It is not over. Okay, okay. We got a little bit more. See, it's, I told you, it's getting wider and wider. We're gonna hit the 412. There we go. I still think, remember my original, what did I say? 412.50. I think 412.45. 412.45. It's gonna be so tight. 412.42. Just a little bound. There you go. Okay. Deck says I'm one of the best here. He just wrote me. 2 o'clock. He's talking to me, and is he still doing his thing? No, he found me off. Okay. He's writing me. He loves me. He says he missed me. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Which way? You think we're going to hit that top upper target? It's been a lot of resistance. Been a lot of resistance right here at 412. A lot of resistance. And though we tipped it a few times, remember, the later we get, the less volume we're going to see. All right, so right here you got 200, well, it's on 3 minutes, so 214. Let's bring it for 1 minute for a second. All right, get a different picture. I'm going to get a different picture in here. What is this? 45, 45, 47. Activate. I don't want that. I want to, yeah. I want to edit. Let's bring it back to 50 as we move up. Or what's here? 65. 65. I'm just tweaking it up as it moves up. We're right below the VWAP. Our VWAP is still what we need to hold. It should be 63, would be 60. Sometimes just if you get it right, you'll see. And that's where the pullback will be to 60. That was that from before, same one. 412.60. It's not holding, it's not holding. That's it. Be careful here. I should have left it at the 50. See? I was right. 50. 412. What do we got here? 75, 93, 92, 90. We cannot hit there anymore. They're playing such games with your head. That can't be right. That's a trend line. Resistance. We're coming back down. Take the doji off of there. Right into the tip there. And then this one here. Activate that up. I'm trying to figure out where the squeeze is going to come in. Activate it back one more time. Let's bring it to right there. Let's do the step. Building the trend. We're going to drop. Let's see. We're going to drop. We don't need it. It's going to drop. It is dropping. Look at that. Wide. So I was right. 411. 411 is the target. See what's happening here? It'll widen out. This will widen out a little bit to here as it goes across in time. Do you see what's happening here? Sooner than I expected. You should be doing this stuff. You should be doing this for yourself. Don't get lazy. If you're new here, if you're experienced, then you can kind of see it. You can kind of look at the chart and you kind of know. But if you're not and you're new, you need to make these changes. You need to go along with this so you get an idea in your head and you'll understand. 435. Let's say trend line support. Let's say 435 now. Where are we at? 45. There you go. Actually, it's a little low. $411.40. I'm trying to get it right. Just tweak it out a little bit. Okay. Remember I told you you're going to have to move this one out. It's a lot of work, but if you're not in a contract yet, then it gives you an idea of what you should or shouldn't do. All right. So right now, our 13 is 411.60. And here we got a VWAP at 411.67. And I've got this, I think, at 75. So we have a channel. Channel might be a little lower, 443. What do I got, 45? I still think the 40 is a better channel. That gives us 35 cents in the channel. That's it. That's not a lot. Now we're headed more towards the lower target. So I don't think we're ever going to see this upper target. I'm going to remove it. Usually when I do, it doesn't. So, and here we go. Headed towards the lower target. So we were headed, we were trying, What happened is that higher target got higher, all right, as we got lower, further away. The only shot I thought it was going to be was right around here. And there's, look how far from the VWAP. But then we went up, we came below the VWAP, back up. All day it's been the same thing. Above, below, above, below, above, bam. And that's the end. That's all she wrote, folks. That's all she wrote. This is 1 minute. Just dropping, just dropping. I'm going to have to move my target below. We're going to hit the 411, but I'm going to put it just below this line at 4:10.85. All right. The reason I'm going to do that, because I know I don't want to be on the same line, 4:10.85 will put us below the lower VWAP. And then we're going to take this. Our support right now is, well, we'll leave it for right now, is at 20 until the next drop. And this, look at this. Look how this has moved. How many times? Look at that. That's from the bottom of the day. We're almost flat out. I almost don't need this because once we get here, it's going to be the same as the lower target. It's going to be the same as the actual trend line for the daily trend line. I got to get non-caffeinated coffee. Does anybody here know a really, really good decaffeinated coffee, taste-wise? It tastes like a real coffee. I just love coffee. I'm not a real tea drinker, except when I'm sick. And I'm not sick. I didn't drink any tea in the last 2 weeks. My wife did. I was making her tea with honey. Okay, activate this one more time. Bring this down a little bit and bring it up. I told you it'll move forward, and that's going to give us our projection. But the problem is, let's go back into 3 minute. If we went more to the now, you can see the whole day, okay? Stem to the right. The whole day has been descending from the very beginning of the day. I'm going to get rid of this. Remove. Taking out all the steps. I don't think we have any more steps. No more steps at the moment. Just the actual. Let's cut through the lines and bring it down because we're only cutting to a doji. Let's bring it down to the top of the, right there, the actual body of the candle. And do the same thing here. I'm going to bring it up. Take off the doji and bring it just to the body of the candles. And now you can see what's happening. We're going down. We're getting tighter and tighter. And what does that tell you? If we're descending from the beginning of the day, okay, then we're going to continue down. We may go up and down in the bracket here, inside the channel here, all right? But eventually we're going to break through and we're going to hit that lower target. We're going to hit that 411, maybe even a little lower temporarily. Unless something, all of a sudden we get this news, strategic news. So here's 150. The only last news is 150. U.S. executes call on Washington to avert devastating debt default. That's the biggest thing happening right now. So what happens if at the last minute Biden says we're going to pay the bill, we're going to print up more money, we're going to take care of our debts. What does that do to this country? It puts us into a bigger trap. Boy, do we need Trump. Oh my God. This guy has no understanding of what's going on. He doesn't know. The only thing he knows is sleepy time when he gets his ice cream, his little bottle, and sleepy time. You know, sleepy time. That's it. He sleeps on the job. He's sleeping all day long. He makes me want to take. I look at him. I want to take a nap. Okay. Potential power hour squeezes. APLD or CGDC. What's with this one here? ORMP. I don't know about that. ORMP has, let's see, float not available. When it's not available, I look at the history, and it's not an IPO or anything like that. So why? ORMP. 160, 390, 605, 665. XELA, why would that thing take off? An APLD, maybe. APLD up 230, that's a good one. 390. I'll keep an eye on them. Okay. Oh, this cough drop's helping. That guy from the futures, he's still around, huh? Wow. No, he's not in there. He just left his charts on. Okay, that's what I thought. I don't do that. And AK, he's gone. He made his $2,000 for the day. He's finished. 2 or 3. No, he's still there. Good for him. Good guy. He is a good guy. And just, okay, so it's the 4 of us. Just checking. By the way, if you're not subscribed, I guess I see 2 people subscribed today. I got 2 more subscribers. How are we doing there on YouTube? 22 people watching. Don't forget to give me a heads up there. Troy, Disney are gone. Disney. Yeah, thinking of AMC and Disney are gone. Merge. Wow. Buy AMC now. Did the landmass AMC. Disney? I didn't hear that. I did not hear it. Told you AMC would pop soon. Buy AMC. AMC bought Disney? Did you guys hear that? Anybody? AMC bought Disney. Huh. Anybody watching AMC stock in here? Let's just take a quick look. Wow, and Tesla's dumping. I wasn't even watching. Tesla just dumping. Tesla's at 166.87. That's going to bring the support on Tesla to 160. Wow, just dropped $2. Wow, that's because it went up this morning too, right? 166. What goes up? 166. I'm going to keep it low. Let's go 75. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, perfect. 166.75. And we're going to activate this. And I'm going to bring Tesla down to 167.25. 167.40. All right, 160. I still think 25. I don't think it's coming back. Just put 20. 167.20. Yeah, perfect. Wow, that thing just shot down. SPY came down and that came down. Anybody watching it? It's bearish now. Tesla could go back down as far as anybody who's in Tesla. Let me look at the 5-minute. You're talking about, oh yeah, quite a bit. You could be down to 164.50, 165 right now. I would shoot for 165 on Tesla to come back down to. I'm going to leave it on the... boy, I wish I had money in my account right now. You could really make some money here. Put it back on the 1 minute. I can watch it minute by minute. All right. Yeah, 165 on Tesla. So, I don't know. Contracts have changed at this point of day. If I could find mine, I could do it a lot easier. Come on. Here it is. Active Trader. That's me. Okay, copy. Let me just see before I tell you. What did I just say? Tesla. for the put 165, and let's see, call would be, not that you'll be doing one, 167.50. And your SPY, where's the SPY? SPY's a 411. So 411 put and 412, that's correct. Let's see. All right, real quick, I gotta open this here, guys. I gotta look at the all products so I can give you the contracts for right now. Come on. Come on, where am I going? There we go. All products. SPX. SPX contracts would be 41.25, 41.20. 41.20. SPX. Wow, that was the last one was all wrong anyway. 41.20. 41.25 on the call, and that would be 41 the put. Something's wrong here. 41.20. This should be right. Let me just check it. 41.25, 41.20, SPY 412.12. That's correct. All right, good. This last one up there was wrong. Something was wrong about it. All right, let me get out of this real quick. Come on, wrong mouse. Boom. Okay, there we go. And the IPO, I don't need this any longer for any of you. It's there. And FinViz. All right, you can see in one more shot, and I'm going to get rid of it. Your top gainers of the day: XCLA, APLD, GDC, MICS, CYCN. And you can see Apple's still in the red. We got in a little redder here through real energy, real estate, commerce, defense, financials, healthcare. All went pretty red today. S&P's not too bad, $15 minus. Nasdaq's up a little bit, 10. The only thing doing well, and 263 on the Dow. All right, I'm getting rid of this. The more things I have, and it slows me down. That's why. For right now, one day maybe if I can afford to, I'll get a new computer. All right, maybe Deck will buy me one for a present. 17-inch monitor deck. Laptop. I like Hewlett Packard. And I need a lot of memory. I need speed, so when I start trading again, really out trading with the traders here, that I can keep up with them. I think I can keep up with them. All right. So how do we look here? We're on a 3-minute. We're still dropping all day. If you look at the day, let's go to 5-minute for a second. All right. I took out all the steps. 5-minute from the day. Look at this line. It represents, I mean, there's up and down, but in reality, we've been going down all day. Even though we came back up, we're still down. It shows that we tried to get up there. We could never hit that upper target. And we may never hit this lower target, all right? We may just stay right there all day, above and below the VWAP. It's a good way to trade if you believe in it, but you have to realize that at any second, it could do anything. It could go straight up, it could come straight down. This thing is off. Here we go. I gotta redo this page in here. It's so far off, it's amazing. 21. Time is right. Boom. Okay. I got it. Bam. Okay. SPY 411 is down for the day. Boy, oh boy, $12. That can't be right. Let me redo this one real quick. 1388. This SPX is down. That means if you started in the beginning of the day, just traded the SPX, boy, you would have been out. But right now it's 1388 to the 167, 13 to 1 that it's down. That's amazing. NVDA. What a great stock today, up 653. That thing has been rising and rising. If you've been watching this stock over, let's say, the last, even 5 days or a month, there you go. It's gone up from 266 to 296. So NVDA, I knew it, is a great stock, great company. Tesla's up a slight amount today, almost even, up about 40 cents. And TOP, I don't know what happened to the top. I don't know what happened to the stock. I'm getting rid of it. What's next? I've got GDC, I'll keep it open for now. Koya, I don't think it's doing anything anymore. I think it's done. I'm getting rid of that. APLD, that's the one Deck thinks is going to rush tonight. And there was news 5-6 hours ago, so I keep an eye on it. And I think we found that there was no, let me look at here, statistics. Oh, it floats 46 million on that. There was a float on that one. So on APLD has a 46 million. It's a little high. I don't know if they'll mess with that at the end of the day, unless it's the only thing going. Yesterday, ORMP, I don't see it. I'm getting rid of it. I think Deck called that one. I'm not sure about it. 57 MICS. It's penny stock. 57 cents up for the day right now. I think it's done for the day. That's the one with the 592,000 float. You might see that tomorrow. I'll leave it there. It might happen again. We'll see. That's it. That's my call right now. And pretty much my lower target's pretty close to where I thought. I said 411 was my call for lower target. And we're at 411.30, and that's from 412.25. So that was a pretty good call. That's about when I called it. I just knew if we never hit that upper target that we'd probably go below. But right now, like I'm telling you from the whole day watching, watch that VWAP. There's your white VWAP. We're above, below, above, below, above, below, above. Stayed there for a while. That was long. It's probably lunchtime. Yeah, from 11, there you go, 11:45 till 13, which is 1 something. Yeah, and it finally came below again at 1:30. Stayed below for a little bit till then. At 2 o'clock on the nose, we had a slight spike, like 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. We had a slight spike right there, and it stayed. Now it's below, and it's weak, so it's bearish, and we're touching that trend line. So though it's got lower shadow, it's got an upper shadow too. We're right now between, everything's between 55. I don't want to raise it yet. 466. This is 75. Let's say, let's just put it to 70. It's a little closer. I want to keep it. I don't want to put it on that line because we're not between the 13 and there. We're between this and the trend. So we're between, and the trend is lowering again. So let's say right now, just going down a little bit lower. Widen the spread. So there's no real push in any direction, up or down. So not like we're going to get a spike all of a sudden. Chicago Fed President Goolsbee on TV. Good for him. I'm just kidding. Thank you. What's he have to say? Anything good? Potential changes. News for 220. So there's your news on Kirby. Says President Biden will travel. Let's see. That was 18. Kirby says we'll show a common approach. Oh, the G7. They're going to laugh his ass off seeing him. I hope he doesn't open his mouth. And then here, White House asked about potential changes to President Biden travel due to debt calling. Well, hello. He shouldn't be going to Australia right now when we have the world. But you know what? Did they really need him? He doesn't make any decisions. Who do you think? Who do you think is making the real decisions that Joe Biden should be making as president? Who do you think is really doing it? Does anybody have an idea of who's making these decisions? See, you can't even say the vice president because she can step in for dog catcher. She's not even allowed to walk the dog at the White House lawn. So who do you think? Yeah, Don Trade. I agree. I do. I agree with you. Did you see who was on TV last night? What an idiot! I used to respect her. I lost all respect, and that's what's her name? Oprah. She was on last night talking about that school or something. Oh my God, talking about the wokeness. What a freaking idiot! She's the most powerful woman who's ever gotten from one step to another. And what she had to talk about last night on TV is just like, that is so depressing. It is. It's depressing. Can't get this. That goes to there. That's why. I'm trying to do something unbelievable. I don't know if anybody heard it last night. Rothschild. Yeah. So if Oprah went to, but she's not into little girls, and I don't think she's got a, does she have a husband? Doesn't she have a husband who follows her around? The Rothschilds, definitely. Definitely part of that big Illuminati up there, you know? No question about it. And I know the Bushes, maybe even, I don't know if anybody has any respect for the Clintons anymore. I don't know. She lost all her power when Trump got in. She was done. The only thing she was good for is making $1 million speeches. What a crook. I love it. I love it when Trump used to get on there and say, yeah, Weinstein, another pervert. I remember when Trump got up on stage and he goes, "Crooked Hillary." He stood behind her. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. They never got her. Too much power, too much influence with the DOJ and the FBI. It's about time they got real and get rid of the garbage inside. She should have gone to jail, is correct. We know that. I love that thing. You ever see the one where Hillary's lying in bed and with her husband Bill, and he's faced one way and she's faced the other, and he's got a thought, and she's got a thought cloud above her, and she's going, "I wonder what woman he's thinking about right now," and he's got a cloud going, "How come they haven't taken her to jail yet?" I love that. One of the greats. I have it somewhere. Maybe one day I'll post it. When did they take her to jail? He was just a womanizer, you know. But I got to tell you something. I didn't really care for him. I didn't vote for him, and but he was a pretty bright man. He was smart. He was not stupid. He had bad influence, and that was her. She was a terrible influence. He had better ideas on his own. The biggest mistake he made, I think, was with not NATO. What was the one where with the what do you call that? The trade, the big trade deal. That's where he really screwed up. I can't think of what it was called. Wow. Not NATO. NATO is with the armed forces. He never collected. He deregulated the banks and caused the absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's because President Carter turned around one day and he said, every American should own a house. And then NAFTA, thank you, NAFTA. I couldn't think of the word, NAFTA. Yeah, he screwed that up so bad. Yes, but Carter said every American should own a house. And then Clinton came in and said whether they can afford it or not. And that's where they came with those negative mortgages, which he allowed, where people could come in with negative 5%, take these adjustable loans that they could never pay back, that had an impact fee after 5-6 years. I forget the term they used for that. But it killed everything. A lot of banks went out of business. You know, countrywide, one of the biggest with house mortgages. Terrible. Wrong move. But he was strong. He was like the little Kennedy. I think he was there when he was a kid. He actually got to meet John Kennedy as a kid. But he was a smart guy. It's just his thinking was, and he was a moderate at the time, he's one of the last of the moderates. Problem is, a lot of the moderates who were really moderate thinking, and a lot of the conservative moderates, they would cross over the line. So when they thought a bill was good or bad, they would actually vote on the other side. That's the way it should be. But what happened is the left became so left, and the right became so right, but more the left becoming more left and woke, okay, that the ones that were moderate actually found themselves standing on the conservative side. That's why people like the Gabby, the congresswoman from Hawaii, switched over, and a lot of them started to either leave or go independent because that's what's happening. But we need two parties. They want to make one party, and that would make this a Marxist, communistic country. Okay, and that's what we don't want, and that's what they do want, and they're selling out. They're sellouts, and unfortunately, a lot of us who have liberals friends, they just believe, you know what, I'm going to vote liberal because I'm liberal. But that's not a reason. You vote for the party or the person. Forget the party. You vote for the person that's going to offer us the best protection and put the United States of America first, not last. And unfortunately, I'm about to hit, like I said, there's my target. There's my hit, 411. Active trader, once again, hit the target. Lower target is hit, 411. 09, I said 411. I just moved it to get it out of the way. What did we hit? I'm looking real quick. 409, 8, 5, 4, 3. All right, so we hit 40, 411.03. And there's your bounce. Let's see if it holds. I don't think it will. So this goes back. I was going to move this before. I said, remember, I didn't want to put on the line and I forgot to move it. So it just goes to 411 like that. And there's your support at 411. That's going to bring your resistance down now to about 411.50. Very tight, 50 cents. You can see we're still moving down, folks. We're still moving down. This is on a 5-minute. Since the time of the day, I'm going to bring it back to a 3-minute. And this line here, you can see what's happening here. We do have another step, okay? So I'm going to bring this to right there on the top of the doji. I'm going to get rid of the extended right. I'm going to quickly get myself a trend bar. I'm going to put it right in there. And then bring it to here. I'm going to bring it to the 13, not to the actual candle. And I will get rid of the left. There you go. And there's your big step down right there. Now, pretty much we're going to be equal at this point on the bottom one. So what I'm going to do, instead of keeping this, I'm going to remove it because we don't really need it. And if I brought it from here, a time now to time now, it's too level. You just use the support at this point. All right, this I put here at 1085 because I didn't want it on the line. But the truth is, it would be right on the support if I make it exactly where it is. And that's why I put my lower target slightly below, because I didn't want it to touch the actual line. And now it's the actual support. We did the touch. And if you look back in the morning, or when was this? Early afternoon, 11:30. Look where we touched right there, 411.02, and we hit it again. See? But here's our low of the day right there, which is 410.90. And I told you, that's why I saw 411, and I think it'll hold right there. Excellent, TT. Was it because of anything I said, or did you do that on your own? You were in a put because I told you it was going to hit, or you thought it was going to hit? Just curious. I know you're a good trader. I don't know if you heard me. Remember, anytime you win, I get 10% for all my good alerts. There you go. Smart man. Listen, you know that most of the time when I call it, especially when I'm not trading and I'm just really concentrating on the alerts, that I'm usually dead on. I'm not trying to say that because I'm some sort of an egotist if you don't know me. That's just who I am. That's my New Yorker in me. But I'm usually right because I watch. I watch the charts. Reading charts, you can't understand how important it is to learn how to know charts, feel the charts, become part of the algorithm, and understand something very far behind the chart. And that's stock market manipulation. And taking that into consideration, knowing where the manipulation took you and where it's got to come back for them to make the greatest amount of money for them. So if you could think out of the box and you can kind of think like somebody with $100 million thinks, it's pretty hard to do that when you've never had that kind of money. Most of us have never seen $1 million. I've hit it and lost it. But the point is, several times. But the thing is, $1 million is nothing today. $1 million is still a poor man. $10 million today is, you're finally starting to get a little respect. You got 50, 60 million today, you're rich. You got 150 million, you're super rich. And if you got anything more than that, you're extravagant. Okay? And you can see what's going on. We've been declining all day. We've been descending all day. And you can see here's from the beginning of the day. Look, there's a descent because we started high and we've been working. So even if you held it between all the ups and downs, you'd still be up. And to show you how much, look at this. If we extend this to the right, look how far. Imagine this if it swooped back down around. That's a nice dip. So from here to here, if you got from here to here on SPX, you probably could have made yourself. See 411.07, and let's say, what is this? 411.05, let's say, to 58. So for even 50 cents, that would be $3. It'd be more than that. Let's see. I think the last time I looked, it was about 8 or 10. So even at 6 times 5 is $3,000 it would have made right there with SPX from here to here. That's about $3,000, maybe more. How could that be active? Do you know what you're talking about? Let's see, 1,400 hours to 1430. Let's take a look. 1,400 to 1430. Okay, right there. So you got 41.26.92. Look at this. 41.26.92. Let's just say 41.26.75 to 41.20. I was right. $6. Look at that. 19. Wait a second. 19 to 26. That's actually, this is a $6. I hit it right on. $6, 500 shares, 5 contracts, $3,000. I hit it right on. I was smack on again. God, I hate myself sometimes. That was perfect. Perfect call. See? And that's why you actually, hey, Adrian, good to see you, brother. And that's why I say, with a 6-to-1, 500 shares. The other way, you would have made 50 cents on 500. You would have made $250 or $3,000. Figure $300 or $3,000. Which one you want? That's why we play SPX. If you got the money. If not, you could do 5 contracts on the SPY. Probably come out about the same. Maybe not, because you're only dollar for dollar on the SPY. We have $6 to 1. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. It's good to be back, and I'll be here tomorrow. I'm only going to 3 o'clock today. I was only going to go 2 hours today, but you know me. Once I get started, I don't want to stop. And, I'm caught up on my eBay, which is great. I want to try to get up to 200 items on eBay. I'm up to 150. So I'm going to start listing after I get off with you guys. Somebody try to call me. They can't get through. Another bad number. Oh, 1139. I know it's that health company. I'll call them back in a few seconds. They want to talk to me to arrange a teletype health thing. So for 10 minutes, they talk to me on the phone, and I get a $50 credit card to go spend wherever I want just for doing it. What the heck? I'm doing a few of them. It's on for my Aetna. When you're on Medicare, you get a lot of perks. But anyway. So here we go. One more little adjustment here. Let's adjust this, activate that, bring that down and up a little bit to the 13. There we go. And I'm going to take this gone. We don't need this right now. So I just wanted to show you how much we've come down. So cancel right extension. That's your step. That's the active step, right? And that's why we do this. The active step. It really shows you exactly where we're at. Look at this thing trying to get back to the VWAP again. All right. So that's going to put us right now. We're going to put support now at 09, at 10. All right. And then we're going to put this, where are we at? 50? Yeah. I'm going to leave it right there. Let's see if we can get past there. 50. See what's happening? We're starting to push one more time. But don't be fooled. Remember, whatever they push it up, it's going to have to come back down. I wait for the up and then go for the put. That's what I would do. I would not be doing a call right now. I just don't. I just know it's being manipulated to that point to get it where it's going, and how far it goes, we just don't know. I'd rather go to see where it's going to get and then pull it back down, because that's how they're going to make their profit. It's coming down. How many people were in calls? You know what I mean? Right now, they're looking at how many people were in puts that are going to get out of it and take losses. If they held tight, they're probably going to be okay. But we don't work off of hope. Hope's not a strategy, right? Remember, we always have to have a plan. And the plan is that if it goes $150 out of pocket, we get the hell out of there. Thank you, Dazzle. When are we going mountain climbing? I feel a lot better. I actually lost a few pounds, which is good. I went down to about 188, which is nice, but I'm back to 190. From 195, I got to keep down. I haven't eaten any bread in almost a month. So I'm trying to stay off of bread, because I eat a lot of chili, which is fine. There's no calories, very little. But I was dipping it with French bread. Man, whew, so tasty. Especially when you put a little butter on that bread. Warm it up a little and then dip it. Oh my God, that's so good. I got some chili in now. I think I'll have that for dinner again. I had it last night. I think I'm having it again. I could live on chili and pizza, I swear. How about chili on pizza? Do they do that anywhere? Chili on pizza. I never heard of it. Who does it? Flavorful green chili pizza recipe with chorizo sausage. Oh my God, that sounds delicious. That sounds great. Flavorful green chili recipe. Green chili. Wow. Oh, that's basil. Looks like basil on there. Cookie settings. That's not bad. He burnt it. I make a better pizza than that. That's not bad. Looks like a bialy. Green. Wow. I gotta check that out later. I'm willing to try something new. 70 people on my day off. Not my day off. On my first day back. Nice. I thought you all forgot me. I looked in there. I was gone so long that the ones who were parked in here, like when I left, there's like 120 people parked in the room. It went to 0. That's never happened before. You thought I ran out on you, didn't you? Come on, admit it. You thought I wasn't coming back. It's Adrian's fault. He doesn't call me anymore. He used to love me. I bought half of them over. Thank you. Thank you. All right, what's going on here? We're still at 150. 150. A lot of resistance. I'm 150. 411.50. Still a lot of resistance right there. Look how close we got to my target. I said 411. I know I have it lower than it looks, but I said 411 and we got to 411. Well, it's right there. It looks like a tip, 411.01. I can't really tell because I can't get back that far. 411. No, you can't go back that far anymore. Wow. But you see the little doji there tipped it right there. It said 411.02. I think that's the one that was 03. We got very close. Very close to my call. What's going on in the big world over there? Dex should be back at 3 o'clock probably, or did he say? Is now live to trade with you in Power Hour. Oh, Deck. It's now live. So Deck will be back at 3, and at 3 o'clock I'm going to get off. There will be a tape of today. I finally figured it out. I don't know. I had a lot of problem this morning. It kept going private until I finally got it to light up where it needed to be. And I don't know what it shows right now. Popular. 28 people watching. Oh, it just shows YouTube. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. It's got to be more than that. 31 watching. It's got to be just 31. Yeah, it only picks up YouTube for right now. But I know there's a lot more views than that. Let's see. But at least the tape's going good. It's live. That's good. And there. And back here. We weren't, thank God, knock on wood. Always thank the Lord. Without him, we wouldn't have anything. But I do thank the Lord that the fact that we weren't thrown off once today. We're good. Even though I know my timing is off, as far as 29:30. So what I'm trying to say is the amount of delay between the time I talk to you and the time that you hear what I have to say is right now at 12 seconds. Still at 12 seconds. Next time I refresh my pages and all that, I'm going to take out, I have a backup drive, and I have a music thing in here. There's a couple of places in here. My music takes up, and I don't really use it anymore, but the properties in my music, believe it or not, watch this, it's calculating right now. Oh, finished. There's 36 gigabytes of just music from my past. 36 gigabytes, 0.7, almost 37 gigabytes right there in that one. And then I have this backups of my phone. There's over, 4, 5, 37, 5, still calculating, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, look at this. Once I take these out of here, that's going to be over 50 gigabytes of information, more. It's still going. This is one, oh my gosh, this old phone. 16 gigabytes, 17. Oh my gosh, this is all got to go. 20. It's still moving. And so is the resistance on this. 23. Oh, sheesh. So that's almost 100 gigabytes between these two folders. It's going to alleviate. There it goes. 50. Exactly. 49.6 in this thing of old phones in here of card phone backups. I'm going to take them and put them on a hard drive later. I'm going to blank out the hard drive and put them in there. And then take them off my hard drive, which is going to alleviate a lot of space because my hard drive is looking pretty full. Let's see. My hard drive showing 355 gigabytes free of 9, so 1/3 left. So I think if I get rid of it, it's going to make everything a lot quicker. I'm hoping. Somebody here can tell me if that's true or not. All right, look at this. Back to the VWAP. And I think that's about where we're going to go, is back to the VWAP. We're going to activate this one more time, and we're going to bring it to the VWAP in anticipation. All right? Then we're going to take this, and you can see we went to 59. We didn't get that far. 59. Where's the VWAP at? 63, 64. I'm still going to leave. Let's see. Edit this. Let's make this 60. Make this 60. All right, that's a little high. It's right below the V. So the VWAP is my call of the bounce. I don't know if we're going to get beyond there. We'll have to see. I won't be here probably talking in Power Hour. What do you think about DeSantis kicking all the immigrants out? Who's going to cut your lawn? I don't have a lawn. My lawns are cut, believe it or not, from girls and guys from Honduras that are legally here. They came the right way, and they work for a company that only hires migrant workers. And I'm all for the migrants that are here legally and the right way. And all the rest, I'll miss you, Adrian. I know that, don't worry about it. You'll meet a nice young Mexican girl, and you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You're smart. All the migrants are getting shot out. I don't know. You know what? Listen. I think they should be taken on a one-by-one basis, but we have a lot of people that got through the gates that should not be in this country from 180 different countries. They got Chinese people coming over. They're infiltrating for a very good reason. They're being sent here. They're like sleeper cells. Deck will be on at 3. I already read it. He is coming on at 3. Deck will be here. Just letting you know. You want me to stay, huh? You got to pay for my time. Remember, I don't get paid for this. Not really. You know? YouTube, Cure Magazine. What the heck is that? YouTube. Bam. The Cure Magazine. Oh, that's a good one. I think I got that at one time. Chemotherapy. Let's see. Email card. Cure today. Unsubscribe. Free subscription to Cure. Approach chemotherapy. Print description to Cure. I'm going to hold on to that. I want to look at that. I'm checking the mail real quick. Credit scores, T-Mobile. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to that shit. So, yeah. All right. Deck does not come on at 3. He does come on at 3. I read it. He goes, yeah, I'll show you. Deck wrote this a few minutes ago. He wrote it to somebody. He goes, is now live to trade with you in Power Hour. That's 3 o'clock. He will be here. Okay, let's take this now and let's push this up to 75. This thing is rolling again. So once we get over there, we got to get past 75, which is that. All right, that's going to bring this support up now to 25. That'll give us the 50 cents in our channel. All right, perfect. So if you look at this, you had resistance here and you had support here. You see it? So, and we had support, all at 25. All right, and there we go. Boy, if I took away that high, what do you call it? It could just take off at the last hour. All right. Listen, I want to be here, believe me, but I got other things that I need to do, and that's why I go from 11 o'clock to 4 straight with no break. I didn't even have lunch today. So I need to take that break. Maybe one day I'll go power out. If I do, I got to start later in the morning. You know, not that I can't go 5 hours. I definitely have the energy. I mean, even Deck and AK-47 together don't go as many hours as I do. Nobody does. I am Power Hour. Okay. Sun out. Let's see. Sorry. And my little girl's behind me. Hi, sweetie. Hi, baby girl. Didn't even see you. I love you. I do. You want something? You want something? What do you want? Yeah? Hold on. I gotta give her a treat. You stay. Yeah. Stay, I said. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Right here. Come here. I'm not running after you. Okay, I gave her a little treat. I'm gonna put the sun on. Got a little brighter in here. It's taking care of the cat. She always comes first, you know. And there we go. Look at this thing starting to move again. Let's activate this. You know what? I don't need this anymore. I'm going to take this away for now. I'm going to remove the drawing. And now I can bring this and extend to the right. See? Right on. You can actually visualize it and you can tell. So there's our original trend line for the day. Remember? From the very morning. There's our trend line. You see it? Right there. And look. I haven't changed it. I just cut it short and made a step when we went down. And now, if I wanted, I could build it up a step, and it would look something like this. I would have to come from the tip, right about right there. Right there, and bring it that way. And now you'll see what happened is, you're seeing the squeeze up. Okay, we're seeing a slight squeeze up. Because before, we only have the squeeze of our support to the top resistance. I'm just showing you right now, but we can all see that anyway. I don't really need this. But if my support is correct, and my support is 411.25, right now, I think we're right below. I think we're really now, we're getting support. Not saying it can't come down lower, but I'm saying right now, if we bring this to 50, watch what happens. If we bring, come on, 50, 50, there. All right, that'll give us the squeeze in here. You can see what's happening from here. Now we're above. We just went from bearish to bullish, like nothing, okay? Tell me that's not manipulation. Any news? 1450, 250, it says the major indices are lower amid debt ceiling uncertainty. If the major indices are lower, okay, if they're lower, and economic concerns following weak guidance from Home Depot. However, the NASDAQ gained and strength in large tech stocks. And that's a plus. And you remember before, I already took it out, but if you looked at FinViz right now, okay, which I have open in another computer, here we go, FinViz, you'll see that where is it? The NASDAQ's up still only $10, where everything else is down. Now we know it's up $28. So the large, what we just talked about, the large, what did it say? What was the term they used? Large cap, the tech stocks are up right now. So that gave the little push instead of where we should be going down, 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 which we are, and I still think we will. It gave us a little push up right now. And getting closer to power hour, we're on a 3-minute chart right now. Activate a little more, bring this down right to there. Okay. 3. Let's bring it down to 2. I don't really need to see the whole day. I just need to see what's going on right now. We're still declining from the day. We're still got to push up right now. All right. I think it's not a fake out breakout, but because it's happening over a larger period of time. But I still believe it's not a real good example of where we're really going for the day. But I have seen days like this. I have seen where days like this, at the end of the day, we get all of a sudden that great push that pushes us up $1, that way pushes back up. If we can stay above 411.75, we can see ourselves back to 413. So let's see, even 413.25, which we were not at today at all. I think what was our high today was 412.82. So you could see that push that we waited for earlier, which would then give us that high point. I don't know, we're a far way to go. It would depend how far. If we look right now, this will tell me a lot too. I didn't look at that. But right now, oh wow, I didn't even realize it. It's not going to happen. I'll tell you why. I'm gonna give it to you really in another way. Average volume right now and the volume for today. And this is for the SPY. Is look on the board. 38,000 shares. Now, the average at 90 million is about 14 million per hour. That's 6.5 hours. So right now we got 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. 2:30, that's 5.5 hours. So if we take 5.5, 5.5 times 14,000 instead of 14 or even 14 million. All right, 14 million. That gives us 77. We should be up to 77 million shares traded today, and we're only at 38. So we're doing half. So when you look at the volume today, you can see we're at half of where it should be on an average day. That's telling you this is all manipulated. Can you all see that? This is a great lesson that I don't see anybody else doing. I don't see anybody else teaching this. When you have a manipulated stock that goes up to a certain point, the only way that they're going to get to make their money is when they pull it back down. Or just the opposite, if they were pushing it down to pull it back up, okay? But it's easier to try to push a stock up slow and then drop it down, because then all you got to do is sell off those stocks. They market order out, and nothing to stop them to do it. And though it's stock market manipulation is not legal, truthfully, it's very hard to prove it's being done. Stock market manipulation. I did put something up earlier on the board about it. I want to find the second part. Who is an example? Okay, okay, copy. So if you want to look again, look on the board. You'll see that an example of stock market manipulation. Market manipulation may involve techniques involved spreading false or misleading information about a company. That's false PR. They do it all the time. Engaging in a series of transactions to make a security appear more actively traded. Now, why would somebody spread false news to manipulate a stock? Why? To get an offering. They can push a stock up to a certain point because their company isn't going where they want it to go. So they put in information. It's called a rumor. So what do we say? Watch this. You remember, there's something that we say, okay, that I'm going to show you real quick. Okay. Look on the board. What does it say? We used to do this when we did stock buying. Buy the rumor, sell the news. So what does that mean? Right now, we put a rumor about a company. What does it do? It temporarily inflates that company's stock to bring it up. You're buying the rumor, and then later we come out and find out, well, you know what? They're looking, but it may not be till next June. You know what? They forgot to put that in the thing that they're looking to do a project that may not happen for 6 months. What happens to that stock when you hear that? It's going to plummet down. There are people that put in place that get to a certain point, and they're already shorting the market before they're doing puts and shorting the market. So when they get this news now, the real news, and it comes back, that's one instinct. Spreading false or misleading information. Engaging in a series of transactions to make a stock security appear more actively traded. We used to have a guy here, Rapid, okay? Hate to mention his name. A lot of people still know him. That used to say, watch this stock, mostly pot stock. He goes, watch this stock. It's going to go up in the next 3 days. Now, he had a lot of money, okay? But he played with stocks that were cheap and nobody else would mess with. So he'd buy $10,000 worth. That would push the stock up 20, 30 cents. At the end of the day, he'd buy another 10,000 shares, do the same thing. He did $8 million a year. He didn't care. But he manipulated that stock over a period of days, and he goes, and everybody watching goes, wow, that stock was at $5. Now it's at $6, $7.50. He says it's going to go to $9. He's been right. And what does he do? Now he dumps in $50,000, and that stock starts to go. So what happens is everybody starts to jump in with him, and he tells you it's going to go to $9.85, $9.90, and then get out. What does he do? He gets out at $9.30, and he freaking knocks the crap out of it and gets out, and you all get stuck holding the bag. And I found this out about him. He was a piece of shit. He didn't care who he hurt. He's just like those big people. Just he learned the game, how to put it in his pocket. So he manipulated the system on a very low end with people who were young and small coming in here who were willing to put their last dollars in. That's manipulating. On that, there's people doing it on such a large scale on stocks that you do know that you're willing to follow because you're following a rumor instead of the news. All right? Engaging in a series of transactions to make a security appear more actively traded and rigging quotes, prices, trades to make it look like there's more or less demand for security in that case. Listen, the higher the demand, the higher the price. The lower the demand, the lower the stock goes. If we sell off a stock, the price goes down. If we buy a stock, the price goes up. Remember that. So if you want, well, you're not going to be in that position, but that's what they're doing. They're manipulating the stock. In this case, we're seeing rumors on stocks that are being manipulated to bring it to a place that it's all going to come back falling down. Don't get caught. Always be ahead of the game. Don't be greedy. Don't play for breakout. So if it's at 11,773, and you think it's going to 12, get out at 411.90. Be smart. Be one step ahead. Don't get greedy. When you get greedy, I know all too often when you get greedy, you get burnt. Okay? Does this make sense? Anybody? I'll leave. It's 3 o'clock. I think deck must be on because a bunch of people just walked out. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. He should be on any second. Pretty sure there's always been a small cap play. Let's see what he says. Right, I'm watching his room. I think he's coming live. Give me 1 second. Morning. Huh. Where's my thing? I have this thing. It is, Okay, looks like he may not be coming on. I don't know. He said here right now, no entries for him. Why? No reason to enter on low volume. He trade when I call it shares. So it looks like he may not be coming on. So I'm going to assume he's not coming back. Look, I thought he was, but William, he's writing something. I don't know what he's writing. Come on. I can't sit here all day. All right, I give up. All right, so pretty much that was a good lesson on manipulation. Right now, 411, we're going to have to watch this last hour. I think whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen more towards the last minute of the day. If I'm looking at the 5 minute, it still shows it's going up. If I look at the 15 minute, it shows that we're still going up. And if I look at the hour, it still has that slight reversal right there. So I'm willing to bet right now that if you're looking at, I'm back to the 1, which shows just minute to minute, okay? Actually, you probably shouldn't be looking at that. Let's go to 3 minutes. Still shows a slight reversal. There's your pullback. But on 5 minutes, there's a slight pullback. It looks like a, what do you call that, a bull flag right now. Let's see. This is the bull flag. Come back to the VWAP and then shoot up. So let's see what's going to happen real quick. I'll stay a few more minutes just to see. But I think I'm about to call it a day. I'm tired. Came in early, man. What time did I get here this morning? Let's see, what day am I on? 5:16. I didn't get my money back. You are. Back Monday. 5:12. Look at that. 5:12. Thank you for your patience. 5:15. Active trader change of contracts. 5:15. That was yesterday. How could that be yesterday? 9:50 a.m. Oh, that's right. I was here yesterday. I just wasn't live. And then 5:16 at 11:10. Give me a few minutes. So that's about right. I came in 11:16. I'm live. It's 12, 1, 2, 3. That's 4 hours. I think that's enough. That's enough, folks. What do you think? I think that's it for me. All right, we're going to call it a day. Right now, I would just keep a close eye. I wouldn't trade it today. If you're in contracts, I'd stay away. I'm not even going to call off the contracts for now because now you're getting really close with theta will make a difference and it'll eat up what you're doing. So unless you know what you're doing and you got more than a year's experience trading options and you're willing to take that risk at this point, be very careful. Just get in and out. Do not stay. Wait for the moves. Right now, you don't know what to do because we're sitting right on top of the VWAP. Unless it's going to pull back a little to the 13 and then push, which could happen. There's your 13 right there. All right. I'm going to remove my lower target because I don't need it. The reason I don't need it is because the lower target would be the actual lower VWAP at this point. We're right in the center. We're right dead center between upper and lower VWAPs. That's what those lines are. Upper VWAP plot, lower VWAP plot. So if you don't remember, I want to put this up on the board real quick. so you can kind of take a look and see how I'm set up. If you don't have the scalper alert and you want this, you want it, but you want the pro, just go to TTM and you'll see, and double click on scalper alert and squeeze. They're free from Thinkorswim, and play around with them. They'll give you the triangles and they'll give you the squeeze, not as elaborate as the one I have. And if you like it and you like what it does and you understand how to use it, all right, and get rid of your MACD and get rid of anything else you have that slows you down. The Think studies are free. I gave it to you. They're in my alert section. That'll give you the cloud and these numbers up here. Okay, if you look on top here, that's a Think script. It's free, so you don't need all the lines on here for a 50, 13, and a 50 day. I don't put them up there anymore. I use this, so it tells me where I'm headed, 2 or 4. And I got a 13 exponential. I got the cloud. There's the other Think script, and the rest is a TTM. That's all you need. All right. You can go back on the tape and re-see that again. All right. But that's what I would do. I'm going to call it a day. I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank you for your support, and you too, the ones on YouTube. I want to thank you also. And I will see you tomorrow around the same time, maybe a little earlier. And have a great day. You all take care now. Don't waste your money, because tomorrow's another day. I am the Active Trader. This is my world, and it's good to be back. Good night.